Look at that. That's a full year of Mystery Titans Theater guests and shows, episodes in the books. You know me, it's Travis Washington. Hey guys, it's been so much fun. And guess what? We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again. We got a whole new. We're ready, already making plans. We're getting excited. Some new people, some old friends. This is gonna be 2024 is gonna be an awesome one. Thank you to everyone for making 2023 a really fun year. One to remember here at Mystery Titans Theater. Stick with us. Join the Patreon. Check the link in the description below. I hope you enjoy today's show. It's the last one before our annual Christmas special that we are recording actually tonight as I'm recording this. Or actual, did I say Christmas special? I meant a movie special. We watch a movie at the end of the year. We're watching I Like to Hurt People, so that'll be the last one of this year. But coming up in the new year, we start with January 13th, the great Not Dr. Death, Steve Williams. And then after that, January 26th, it's going to be a Friday because we got a Rumble on 27th. A lot of us have things going on, but it'll be a little later start. We'll start at 8 p.m. Pacific time, January 26th. And we got Josh Custodio from Wrestling Brain. That's huge. Just finished booking that today. February 10th is Sean Whitaker's 50th birthday. And we do have Robert Silva coming up on March 2nd, but there will be one more guest in between there. So yeah, lots of fun stuff planned. Aside from that, as you can see, I'm editing the latest video right now. Don't forget about Boomsday tonight, January 13th. I'm hosting a talk show with the Boom Pro Wrestling wrestlers and talent and comedians. It's going to be so much fun, you guys. January 13th, 12 p.m. For those of you in the Vancouver area. Tickets are $15. Kids 12 and under are $12. So here we go. One more thing. Here we go. We're continuing this transition to help your friends. So if they are stuck with a VW bus, you're going to next step is 1984 Toyota Camry, eventually a BMW 535, and that's got to be a late model. Okay. So yeah, we're still working our way through this, and all will be revealed in soon. And I hope you guys have a great 2024. Once again, thank you all MTT heads. We will see you on Twitch live if you want to join us. If not, join us in the Patreon. Give us your money. 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 Hey, everybody. This is presented in the most complete form due to original production technical difficulties. My name is Travis Washington, and this is Mystery Titans Theater. I am joined as always. Wow, this looks great. By wait, this is great. This is our holiday special here tonight, and so each one of us has kind of picked something that we've pitched in here for tonight's show, and this is the selection from the Chief J historian, the Ken Burns of wrestling, the third brainbuster, Kelly T. Nelson. Kelly, how are you?
Nothing to get you in the mood for Christmas than Dying Days AWA Christmas shows.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, Robert Hawkins in the chat. Good to see you, pal. And with us as well in the bright white trademark headphones that he loves so much, our boy Johnny Hedgepeth. Johnny, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. I like this guy's the look of a Cosby sweater and bolo tie.
Yeah, interesting. It is interesting. And joining us again, coming back, we're thrilled to have him, a really good friend of the show and one of the voices of ASW here in Vancouver, and a dear friend of mine, Matt P. Matt, welcome back.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to come and shoot the shit and discuss wrestling with you guys. And I am not only appalled by this guy's sweater, but I don't know if you saw those dance moves he tried to throw out earlier.
Oh, shit.
Those were really bad
yes,
too.
That's what I was giggling about.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Wow.
So Kelly, this is 85, right?
No, 87.
Oh, 87. That explains all the empty seats. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. You wouldn't be an AWA show without a lot of empty seats in full view.
But is this like the death rattle? Are we clear?
No.
No.
They hung on for another almost 3 years, believe it or not.
Wow.
Somehow. But
they
it was a long demise.
That guy is so awkward.
Very
he really came here hoping to pick up chicks. Hey, so when can I mention my car?
Well, that bolo tie, man, that just floods basements everywhere.
Is it you, baby, or just a brilliant disguise?
It's not even a well-fitting sweater. That's the thing. Like,
no,
look at the way
I think it's got a zipper. I think it's got a zipper, to be honest with you.
He's like an upside-down mushroom.
Would you be my Valentine?
Oh, jeez.
That's that
Guest
bald
ring
Nazi who
announcer.
worked for Trump. What was his name? Stephen Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's got more hair than Stephen Miller does, though.
Mhm. Looks like a young Jimmy Corderas.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Just gonna start dropping curse words.
Sorry,
On
did
the
they,
way
did they
up.
happen to mention who this guy was, or is he just like a fan
Maybe.
ring announcer like they used to do in WWF in the mid
I
'90s?
He looked Gagne.
was reading something earlier about this show. I'm gonna check that again. No, it wasn't not a Gagne, but we're gonna see some Gagne later, of course.
As
course.
Rob says in the chat, nice of Greg Gagne to
So
find his
for this
even nerdier
match-
friend a gig. Yeah.
Yeah, this is we have Nick Kaniski in the beautiful robe. So we've
Okay.
had Kelly a few times in Dallas. Now we got Nick, the other brother, and his
Oh,
opponent
wow.
is Mitch Snow.
Oh, Mitch Snow. Okay. Rock and roll Mitch Snow. You know he's rock and
Was
roll
he
by the
rock and roll?
bandanas. Yeah.
Oh god! Anyone who had rock and roll, well, except for the Express, affixed to their names, usually had nothing to do with rock and roll at all.
Nick,
Well, I mean,
Nick-
Buck Zumhoff definitely had a lot in common with some guys in rock and roll, but you know, Gary Glitter.
are we allowed to mention Buck Zumhoff on this show? Like,
Oh,
is this
we-
just gonna get? Is this gonna
only
get censored when it
only
goes
in
straight to YouTube?
glowing reviews.
Yeah. So Nick Kaniski is still very close with some of the All-Star Wrestling guys. We hear
Oh,
that
wow.
there's some visits down to Kaniski's Reef and stuff like that in Point Roberts. So
Right.
I
Have you ever
guess just
been,
because of
Matt?
his dad. What's that?
Have you ever been?
I have not. No.
Yeah, me neither. We should go
Um,
sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I haven't been to Point Roberts since I was like 7 years old. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's definitely on my list. Like every time I talk to some of the old schoolers, they're like, you should definitely go down and talk to Nick. He's more than happy to talk wrestling with people. You'll see, you know, he's got like jeans, boots, and a whole bunch of other wrestling paraphernalia just placed up all over the bar. So definitely, yeah, we should go down there one
Do a
time.
Mystery Titans Theater live from Kaniski's.
We should just invite him on and just do it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. No, Kelly, you knew about that bar, right? I think we've talked
Oh,
about
of course,
it before.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
been, but yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm hoping it's still in existence.
Yeah, I wonder if it survived
because
COVID.
Point Roberts was hit hard with by
Right.
As
By
of
COVID,
a
yeah.
few months
economically by
ago,
COVID.
I mean, as of the discussion I had with the guys 2 weeks ago, they went down to there not too long ago, and I think it's still there.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. Point Roberts and the whole COVID thing was interesting. I think Point Roberts was actually it was the focal point of a documentary that I saw early on about how Point Roberts at the beginning seemed to be largely unaffected. Like the people were largely unaffected by the virus itself because there's no way to get there outside of the land crossing, right? Unless they brought a boat there.
And then some wrestling nerds had to go see Kaniski's bar and infected the whole
Oh,
town.
look, that was
what happened.
Immediately cut the population in half.
Yeah.
Spread like wildfire from there.
Haphazard in the chat too, talking about cool Kurt Hennig, jamming Mitch Snow and Big
Jamming
Scott.
Mitch Snow.
About,
It was
about how
Jamming.
AWA always having the best nicknames.
that was
And
it.
Moose-
Jamming.
Moose mentioned the guy. Mitch Snow used to be tag partners with Buddy Landell.
Wow.
I don't know what's worse, the empty seats or the vast void in the back.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of empty seats. There was only 1,800 people in attendance this evening, and I think that arena held far more than that.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
but hear me out. There's still 1,800 people there. Would you not just try and shuffle everybody over onto camera side to
Hey.
make it look like you
Have
didn't
you never seen an AWA show from the Showboat Sports Pavilion in Las Vegas and the
I
empty front row of seats every week? That Vern
I have,
was
but I think
never
all the
able-
lights were down.
Yeah, but
I
no,
was
there
like,
was
what?
always empty seats in the front row there.
There was always 4 empty seats right in the front row that were so
Yeah,
definitely
hard cam. Yeah.
definitely those were the seats for comps for high rollers, and nobody wanted them, but they wouldn't let anyone sit in them. So there was always 4 empty seats in the front row, right on
Wow.
our camera.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So to finish the story about the guy who did the ring announcing in the bad sweater,
Okay.
he was apparently just a fan who spent or gave a lot of money to charity, and that was his gift or his reward was to
Moment.
ring
Okay.
announce for the opening match on the
Well,
show.
thanks for that, because now I feel really bad about making fun about him because he's a,
No,
he's a
we
good
knew
guy.
it had to be something like that. It was either that or he was terminally ill.
It's bolo ties for kids.
Oh, nice.
I said Tunnel of Love had just come out, man. They were huge. Rob Hawkins says the void is a metaphor for Vern's soul by now. Imagine being a whale, betting $1 million and getting AWA tickets.
I hope the camera angle and lighting improves at some point, because this isn't going to do for an hour and 40
Well,
minutes.
this is. Remember they said that you could notice the change where they looks like
Yeah,
clearly they had
some
lost something.
Technical
Right,
difficulties.
technical difficulties. Yeah.
It looks
Kelly,
it
we've
looks
done
like
worse.
it's all over the place. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we've done much worse, but
Just looks like the lights went out, and this is how they hide that there's nobody there.
yeah, well, they weren't
Turn all
paying
the
their
lights up.
bills. Apparently, Medusa is supposed to be at ringside, but I haven't seen
Oh,
her
really?
yet. In an elf costume, according to the review I'm reading right now.
Which is okay. So the reason why we're watching this, Kelly, well done. The patented
Yes,
waistband
you know
snap.
my love for '80s blonde wrestling chicks.
80 plus wrestling chicks.
So
Especially-
87 here would mean that Sherry Martel was gone, right? Like, was she the WWF champion at this point?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I think she won the belt her first day in the WWF, and she was
would- yeah.
still the AWA, technically the
Oh, wow,
AWA
okay.
women's champion. So she was of course they didn't acknowledge that, but she technically held 2 belts at the same time.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I guess I don't know if they had a
Yeah.
tournament right away. Eventually, Medusa did get the
Tournament?
belt.
With who? With her and the killer.
I don't know.
Tomato?
There was something. I don't know if it was a
Rockin'
tournament or
Robin.
maybe they just gave it
Wendy
to her.
Richter probably would have been there around
Wendy
this time, I
Richter
think.
was in eventually. Yes.
What
Yeah.
was the one's name?
About a year later.
There
Hmm?
was it Debbie the Killer Tomato or something like that?
Yeah, I think that
What?
was when that was a few years earlier when Martel was. The
Yeah, she wrestled Martel.
champ. Yeah, yeah. At
Looking
one
this
of the
up.
bigger cards.
The killer tomato.
Debbie the Killer
Yeah.
Tomato. Okay.
The Duke. Hey, buddy. Say it as a tournament in Rio de Janeiro. Debbie Malenko, Moose thinks. Is that it?
No, there actually is somebody
Um,
named Debbie the
I
Killer
don't- I
Tomato.
don't
She
think so.
appeared on Glow
Yeah.
as Dallas, similar to a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
Oof. I just looked up her picture and she looks like one of those after pictures of a meth addict.
Oh
Oof.
dear. Oh dear.
Not saying anything. Just like-
Oh dear.
Debbie Peltier. That's her name.
Yeah, a match between Debbie the Killer Tomato and Sherry Martel made it on the AWA set, Kelly. The DVD-VR.
Yes, I knew I heard it.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that speaks to Martel's ability to carry and just her overall greatness.
Hey, don't throw shade on the Killer Tomato.
I'm just assuming. I've never
One of
seen
us
the match.
needs to say that aloud,
Oh,
or it
that
won't
was an
count
interesting drop
as a
kick.
title option. Because that is pretty
Well,
good.
Sherry Martel is one of my all-time faves. You know, women, men, just performer, wrestling
yeah,
performers.
Yeah, I hear you.
you guys missed probably like a top 10 of all time drop kick there by,
Rats.
yeah, that was like a Eric Watts classic drop kick
By
there.
Nick.
I think we all missed
that-
it because it's in the
No,
dark.
no, it was by the other guy,
Darkness.
by Mitch
Oh,
Snow.
okay.
Yeah.
God, it's crazy to think just 2 years earlier, they still were pretty rocking. AWA was.
What is it that eventually
Most
contributed
of
to the death of
'86,
the
they
AWA?
were not bad.
Was it like bad booking decisions, or was it just
Well, it
lack
was
of fan interest? Or
Well,
initially it was
a
just
mix of a
everybody
bunch of
leaving
things.
to
Oh,
go
dear.
to Vince.
right?
There she is.
here she
dear.
is.
Okay, that's Medusa. Good, thank
And
God.
that's
For a
DDP, right?
second.
No, it's not DDP.
No,
Whoever he is.
Okay, this is the second match. Okay.
I love that shirt. That's
I
a
know.
great shirt.
Is that DJ Peterson?
DJ Peters.
We just
Yes,
saw DJ
but he's
Peterson last
hurt.
time.
Yeah, he's supposed to wrestle, but he's injured,
Yeah.
I believe.
Matt, the last show we just did last week, I totally forgot DJ Peterson was like an underneath low card babyface in world class in
Yeah.
'86.
Moose, you rascal. Hawkins says 86 is the year everyone falls apart, but AWA was fine through Wrestle Rock, but the loss of the Road Warriors and Blackwell due to health issues hurt them.
Oh, it's Nails.
And WWF really took
Yes.
over the Midwest, says Haphazard. Oh man, we got everybody.
The original Kevin Kelly.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Moose with a great line. Someone give Medusa 2 lumps of coal. It's coming. It's coming, Moose.
So this is kind of like your Dusty and Baby Doll and Tully type thing. DJ Peterson had won the right to Medusa in a previous match.
I see.
So that's why she's with him and why she's resisting. And she was with Kevin Kelly originally.
Right. Is that,
This
he
is
made
just
her dress
awkward.
up. He made her dress up
This
like
is
an
just
elf.
kind of
too.
strange.
Like a weird-
Yeah,
wandered
forced her
into
to
a
wear
weird-
the elf costume.
Weird
Now,
sort of
it-
stag film.
Is that DJ Peterson or? They said
Or
he
it may
dress
not
up?
be, because it's Peterson's not wrestling. So this
Yeah.
must be Alan West, who I've never
Alan
heard
West?
of before.
Alan West.
Didn't he
Alan
host-
West, the
Didn't he
substitute
host Truth or
for DJ
Consequences?
Peterson.
Adam West? Batman?
If only. I mean, he looks not bad from here.
That's a hell of a tie dye.
The other guy looks like
Yeah,
looks like
physique-wise.
stunning Steve Austin.
It's like it's Bobo stunning Steve Austin.
No, he looks like the Dauber from Coach.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back.
MOON. That spells moon.
We always, if we're ever gonna mention Coach, we will mention the Stan miniseries. That is the MTT promise. Yeah, we've mentioned Coach at least a dozen times on this show throughout the years. We're nearing 100 episodes, by the way, you guys.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I used to be a really big Coach fan when I was a kid.
Oh, sure.
And, now that 30 years on, I respect that Dauber has probably made millions and millions of dollars more off SpongeBob SquarePants than he ever would have
Yeah.
from Coach.
As
Coach was one of those shows that was on when I was married and in my early 20s, but we watched it because it was the same night Roseanne was on.
Mhm.
And we literally just be like, well, what's next? And we watched Coach for years. And I recently caught a rerun of it. I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah,
see.
I'm sure
I
it
feel,
was.
like, I feel like so the same can be said about so much that came out between like 1985 and 1995.
It's
Right.
wild because I'll still watch reruns of Rose. I'll still watch reruns
All
of
those
Roseanne.
family sitcoms.
Roseanne reruns are still just as great as they always were. It's still show's still brilliant.
Yeah,
But-
I mean,
Yeah.
and you're still a big fan of hers too. I know.
Oh yeah, I got a poster on the wall.
You just love. I think you're into her politics.
No, I
is
don't
what
think she's funny. I'm into her politics.
She tells it like it is, Travis.
I've never heard of Alan West.
No, I
Crazy.
haven't. I gotta
I
check.
mean, he
who
looks
this
like
guy
a
is.
goddamn main eventer for sure.
Well, he's too short though.
All right,
Look at that face. It's not a main event face.
main event haircut.
He looked
man.
better
He's
with
got a
the.
main event
It's a main
haircut.
event. It's a main event haircut in any arena, Jess.
Mm.
These guys both have main event haircuts.
Alan West.
Dude,
Looks
God,
like
the
he was a
poster.
poor man's Magnum TA. He used the belly to belly suplex.
Totally. That's what I thought he was. I thought he was
he-
reincarnated.
He teamed with Mitch Snow, who we saw in the opening match,
Okay.
in a
'cause
team
they're
called the
part-
Beach Patrol.
The Beach Patrol.
Yeah. Was this in AWA? Yeah, it was in the AWA. Around this time, they were in a tag team together. Wow. I
That's
don't
where-
think he lasted too long.
So this is
That's-
Christmas
that-
Eve 87, you guys said?
No, this Christmas Day.
Sorry, Christmas
Day.
Day 87.
Christmas Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it.
AWA always ran a show on Christmas Day.
It's
Them
kind of
and
just
World
surprising to me.
Class and
Yeah.
Those were the days, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's surprising me that 4.5 years later, this guy on the left would put on a jumpsuit and be a convict.
A
you
jump,
know?
put on a
Right.
jumpsuit and accuse Vince McMahon of grabbing his cock.
Yeah.
Right.
and actually strangling Vince McMahon. That
Uh-huh.
happened.
Yeah. Hey, look, when I was 8 years old or 9 years old or however old I was when Nails first made his debut, I was terrified of that voice. There was I honestly I thought that was his real voice, and then you come to see
Yeah.
that there are feeds out there now where they've stripped away the voice synthesizer and they've got him talking, and he's like, "Big boss man, I will take you on
Yeah,
Survivor
it's-
Series." It's just a complete
That's funny.
farce, complete opposite of what it was.
Hilarious.
It
And
was.
yeah, and again, that's the age
bad.
difference between me and the rest of you guys, because I
Well,
remember
me
seeing
too.
that. Yeah, but I remember seeing that and going, "This is the stupidest shit I've ever fucking seen in my life."
Yeah. No,
Like,
I thought the
he's a
same thing. Because it
convict?
made no sense if he was like, why would they let him wrestle? It made no sense.
Well, no,
at
he's
all.
out, but he decides to wear the convict outfit anyway.
Part of
'cause
his
he
Yeah.
community
likes it.
service. I mean, I could have explained
Yeah, but his
it away.
first appearance was he beat Bossman with his own nightstick, and then they showed the pictures of Bossman like totally
That's
covered in
right.
bruises.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, we'll just sign him to a contract now. Like, no big deal.
Yeah. He
we
gets out
just
of
gotta
jail,
make money
attacks
off this.
somebody, and then they
Yeah.
sign him to a contract.
Yeah, it was so dumb.
They need that total like sitcom trope of like you walk out here and you batter a man of who wears the badge in front of everybody here in Poughkeepsie, and I love it. You're hired. One of those, the old switcheroo.
And was he supposed to be an escaped convict, or had he
No,
done his
no, he'd
time?
been-
No, he did his
paroled.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
but-
did his
but-
time, but he just couldn't give up the jumpsuit.
Well, I mean, they are
Like Lex
they're pretty
Luthor in the
comfortable.
60s.
Yeah, he's like Lex Luthor in the 60s.
I think I've made that joke a few times.
Yeah, his whole thing was that he had served his time, but he could not let go of the grudge and the fact that the big
Right.
boss man was so cruel to him at Cobb County Prison. That was the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, that era, that was just the beginning where it just got more and more silly with each passing year. The gimmicks.
What year was Nails peak?
92.
I would
Well,
say
that was like his
92.
only year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he wrestled beyond 92 in WWF. He had a
Um,
one shot. No, yes, he had one match in WCW against Sting.
As
Yeah.
the convict.
As the convict,
As the
he came out as the
convict.
mystery
Yeah.
opponent, Slamboree 93.
Yes, because I forget wasn't Sting supposed to wrestle somebody else? And it got switched
Something
with
like that, yeah.
I want to say Scott Norton even for some reason.
Moose says they
Yeah,
should
I-
have shown Nails backstage in catering, beating up people with a lunch tray. That's all he knows, man. Medusa Michelli, they give her full name.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she was always Medusa Michelli in AWA.
Which I was
She would win the
preferred. 'Cause
PWI Rookie of the Year award in 1988.
I was back then, especially today, maybe just a little, but I was a stickler for last names. I hated one name names in wrestling so much.
You're the anti Vince McMahon.
Yeah, like Nails. If it had been like Nails
Nails
McGee.
Johnson.
Nelson.
Nails
Yeah.
Johnson. Nails
Na-
Nelson. That's great. That sounds like a 1930s gangsters.
Yeah.
Right, totally. He'd have a toothpick.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I'm Nails Nelson.
All of his matches would have to be in black and white.
Kelly's putting together his own character now.
That's my new
Around the
gimmick.
house. Around the house. Julia's gonna write us a strongly worded letter shortly, Johnny. What have you done to
Hey,
it?
Toots. Hey, Toots. When's dinner ready? He smashes a grapefruit in her face like James
Yeah,
Cagney.
Jamie Cagney. Yeah.
What did you guys do to him?
Keeps asking for more grapefruits.
Well, I do hate grapefruit, so that tracks.
Woo. Kelly nails Nelson from now on, says the Duke.
Not too
Mr.
late for you to change your
Magnificent,
name on
okay.
Zoom here, Kelly.
Yeah, I know. Next time.
Man,
He did have a
match
great
is
tan.
too
if nothing
long.
else.
Yeah.
Kelly.
and
Yeah, this match.
oh
stinks.
yeah,
Okay, so it's the tradition in all these territories, like Kelly was talking about, to do a Christmas show with the idea being, there's nothing else to do on Christmas. That's why people go to the movies and would go to wrestling. But imagine if this is your Christmas, 87 AWA. You got out of the house. You got out of the house and it's this. Yeah.
Tickets to this waiting under the Christmas tree when you wake up. Are you
Oh, I-
serious?
Oh boy.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Dad.
Thank
I'd
Dad,
rather
you could
watch-
have got like 10 tickets for free. You didn't have to pay for them.
Yeah.
I would have rather watched the Yule log on channel 11 for 3 hours.
He's like,
No,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
go. I'm gonna be warming up the car for the next 45 minutes. We'll see you out there in a minute.
Yeah, well, Minnesota is probably cold as
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
hell that day.
Probably not a fun drive there.
But to go back to like the dying days and why they died, I looked at the previous year's Christmas show and the attendance was 8,000. So it decreased by quite a lot in 1 year's time to show you how bad things are going. I think this was the last time they did a Christmas show, if I'm not mistaken. Too.
Or on Christmas in
That
Minneapolis, right?
that was an interesting
You hate to
elbow
say
there.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Nobody lined out. I'll tell you that much.
A lot of sidestepping there.
Who's commentary?
Kelly's uncle,
That's right,
Larry
that's what I
Nelson.
thought.
Yeah.
Larry
No, it's not
Nelson.
Larry. No, it isn't. It's
No,
Rod
the mongoose?
Trongard.
Oh, you're
is
right. It's
the-
Ron Trongard. And somebody
is
else,
the-
though. Is it
the
that
lead.
fan?
I'm not sure who's the color guy. Let me
It's
see.
the
Maybe
guy.
it's
It's the
the
guy who
fan.
donated money to charity.
Yeah.
He gets to
Is
be
it
announcer,
really?
too.
No,
This is Bolo Cosby signing off.
it is
Bolo
Nick
Cosby.
Conch.
Nick Conch.
Conch.
Yeah.
Just like the shell.
I've got the conch, so you
Yeah.
gotta listen to me.
That's
That's his gimmick.
Nick, Lord of the Flies, Conch.
Never heard of him.
Killed several children to get his job.
Well, Vince had taken all of the AWA announcers by this time anyway, so they were desperate.
Except for Nick Conch, apparently.
Yeah, and while Ron Trongard would go the next year.
Haphazard here. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you took me to AWA.
The Rossetti sisters in the front row seem to be enjoying the show.
I think we've done a good job. I think we've done a good job of
Of not
You know.
being total creeps. Yeah.
Yep.
I did it, and it was a wrestling reference. So
Yep, good.
come on, there we go. I had to say something.
Yep.
Alan West. What a terrible name.
And what a
You know, for a
terribly
guy with
long
that
match.
upper body, I wonder if Kevin Kelly just sandbagged him there.
It looks like he's
Yeah. He's like, I'm
Medusa-
47 minutes into this match. Let's just go home.
Medusa's bullying the photographer who's been taking pictures of her and not the match.
There you go. 1, 2, 3. Come on, let's go home.
Yeah, there we go.
It's a Christmas miracle. Yahoo! She's doing Jimmy Stewart. Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Minnesota. Oh, look at that chick took a swing at her. Look at the cop. Hey, all right, settle down. I
It
get
looked like
it.
she almost, like,
She's the
pinched her
only
ass.
attractive thing anywhere near this deadbeat
Oh.
town.
Wow.
And that entranceway looks like our last ASW show where we oversold the front row.
Yeah.
So we oversold the front row at the last ASW show, and the fans just decided that they were going to start taking chairs out of the third row and
Nice.
putting it in every possible empty space.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot some props to Todd Quality there for selling so many tickets, but also
Yeah.
overselling the front
Oh,
row.
man. Johnny, you would love Todd Quality.
You would love Todd. I think all of you guys would love Todd
Yeah,
Quality.
Is it Nord?
Is so we're seeing a lot of future WWF silly gimmick wrestlers.
We're seeing Nord the Barbarian. Dude, the crime in sports on Nord is fantastic. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of DWIs is his
That's true.
is his shit. Nothing else. It's like the occasional drug thing, but just an unbelievable amount of DWIs.
I seem to recall we had a great talk about John Nord the last time that I was on about his various misgivings and being taken onto televised court and things like
Yeah,
that.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah.
And okay, which fake Russian? So that's Sheik Adnan Casey, right? So who's this? Flip Wilson?
Mm,
Is it all fans get to ring announce?
Hey.
So let me guess. Soldat Ustinov. Is that sound right?
Yeah,
that sounds about right. I
haphazard.
think
Yeah,
he's the only
okay,
one that sort of
confirmed.
stuck around.
Yeah, that is it.
Why the fuck do I remember shit like that? What have I done with my life?
It's gonna come in handy one day. One day, Travis or I will be running a wrestling trivia, and it'll be like, which was the only Russian guy that actually fucking stuck around in AWA past 87, and you're gonna be the only one that gets it.
Garrett Morris is in
That's
there
all
doing
know,
ring. Garrett Morris is in there doing the ring announcing
Yeah,
for the deaf.
the hard of hearing. Yeah, hilarious. Well, you really sold that, Ustinov. Sold on.
Sold that.
Sold that.
All right. Yeah, haphazard came through with the name there.
Okay, I might be hearing it wrong, but it
Almost
totally
the
sounds
exact
like
same time.
it totally sounds like there's the referee's name is Barney Miller.
Oh, they just turned the house lights back on.
Here we go.
Look at it. Everyone's got the same material of jacket. It's all they got here in Minnesota. Very specific polyester. Oh my, what are we like? This is like film noir.
And let's be fair, it's probably like minus 28 outside.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a Pruder film.
Yeah. Oh, is it a hockey arena? Is this where the North Stars played?
Yeah, maybe.
Like the Met Center?
He's got Neil Broughton has become involved in the play.
Oh my God, it's Craig Hartsburg and John Casey.
Tony Herkus, the Herkus Circus,
It's
the
time to join
Herkus
circus.
Circus, my God. Herkus Circus.
They literally didn't brawl at all. They just literally walked around through the crowd and got back to the ring.
Sold that like he got kicked in the game Street Fighter too. That was awesome.
Sold that.
Sold that.
That's what I keep saying. You really sold that move beautifully. Sold that.
So wait, this match is clipped and fucking.
I know we get the.
I just think
jobber.
the
Just-
footage is garbage, you guys. That's the problem. Because it was really nice up until 5 minutes into that Broadway, we had to open up the show there between.
That might have been it. Is like you had 6 or 7 minutes to work with. We need about 17 or 18 minutes now to work with all these technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him 20 minutes.
No, I think it's just over time. Like probably they lost whatever the good tape was.
Mhm.
The Duke says he heard Barney Miller too.
Yeah. You know what I never knew? I saw a picture on Twitter, and I never knew this happened. But there was a crossover episode with Welcome Back Cotter and Barney Miller. The Sweat Hogs are in the jail. Like, I now have a holy grail. I have to fucking see this.
That's crazy.
Where's Welcome Back Cotter airing these days? Anywhere?
No, nowhere.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Barney Miller reruns still pop up on some of your more obscure antenna channels.
Wow.
Hmm.
Sold off.
Antenna TV is full of about 27 different versions of Nick at Night.
That is one huge neck. It's like a sequoia when you wrap your arms around the neck of a barbarian.
Hilarious. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Duke saying WWE could have pieced this show together from different sources. Here's what blew me away is like we're watching this via I can't remember who our guy is here. I don't have it, but he's monetized, man. When I pressed play on this before to check the volume, I got an ad. How often do we get ads?
Oh, interesting.
How can you be monetized if you're airing something
Is this
clearly from the network?
Is this from?
This is on the network. Yeah, this was a hidden gem
Yeah.
release.
So
Oh,
They released a
someone-
bunch of the AWA Christmas night shows.
Because I was
Yeah,
about
I
to
think-
say, okay, someone had a lot of time in their hands or is a maniac over there at the WWF tape vaults. Because of all the things to take the time to edit together what existing footage you have, this
I see Jermaine
I
from
don't
the
think so.
Flight of the Concords in the front there.
Yeah,
You see him?
I feel like the word gem is doing a little bit of heavy lifting there and hitting
Uh-huh.
gems so far.
So, all right, good news, Johnny. Moose has
Yeah.
every Barney Miller rep if you want him to look for it.
That's
And
awesome.
and Hawkins says, "Welcome
Wow.
back, Cotter's on Tubi TV for free, Johnny."
Well, I have no interest in watching Welcome Back, Cotter.
Oh, okay,
Uh,
just
I just want to see this episode of Barney Miller that has the Sweat Hogs in it.
right. Sorry, I got confused.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Boys.
really itching. I'm really itching for the acting chops of Gabe Kaplan.
dude. I remember.
Did I ever
watching
tell you
that-
about my
I-
Uncle Marty?
I went through a weird phase of watching a ton of Welcome Back, Cotter. Whenever that was on, Kelly, you remember when we?
Well, it was on every day
Yeah.
when you're in high school.
Yeah. I would just.
After
I
school,
have
it
a
was on.
taste of like
randomly. All of a sudden,
Yeah, all the time. And I would just be like scarfing down my mom's peanut butter cookies, watching Welcome Back, Cotter. I have a weird association with the two.
I loved it when I was a little kid. That was a very popular show when I was a little kid.
Where?
Yeah.
I never saw it until I was a teenager. Like I
Yeah,
don't
me
think
too,
it was
same
on
thing.
in reruns in Canada in the
no.
80s at all.
It was a
And then
surprise. to us.
suddenly, around 1992 or so, it was
Mhm.
on every day on CBC too.
Up your nose with a rubber hole.
The rubber hoe.
Yeah. We loved it because that was when like the peak of like the 70s nostalgia
Yeah.
craze in the 90s.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, for us,
Everything
especially in our
70s was
weird
awesome.
group. Yeah. So-
Yeah,
I
I
wrote
guess even
Kelly.
more so.
Kelly, you might remember. I wrote a long a thesis on comparing Welcome Back, Cotter to the Fall of the Von Erich family on PWO many years ago,
God.
where I
You
called.
did it.
Well, yeah, Lance Von Erich is the exact same as the guy they got to replace fucking Barbarino that didn't fucking work. The blonde guy
Yeah.
from the South.
Yeah.
That's what you knew. That
Right.
you knew the show was what was the shits when they decided to make Horseshack hot. Like suddenly Horseshack is in fucking stylish pants and a sweater and shit.
Hilarious.
Like, no, he's supposed to be in the fucking hat and the scarf.
Rob adding as well in his late lamented YouTube show, Wrestling with a Generation Gap, RIP. They referred to Soldat as cosmonaut douchebag. Yeah, man, I don't know. That's-
Okay, so Casey he's got 5 minutes with Casey.
Mm-hmm.
Made a mistake.
Typical
She-
old school stuff.
Sheik Adnan El Casey, one of the few quote unquote Middle Eastern wrestlers who was actually from the Middle East.
Yes. I just subscribed to a YouTube channel today that has a bunch of his matches from
Iraq,
was he
right?
from Iraq? Yeah.
Yeah, he was from Iraq. You know, he knew
in the
Hussein.
60s and 70s. Yeah, they're in black and white. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the famous story that he very early 70s he brought over Andre, and Hussein
Mm-hmm.
said that if Andre won, he was going to shoot him, and he had to
Shoot him with a
explain to
rifle.
and Adnan had to explain to Andre that he was going to have to be pinned tonight, or he
Or
will
he'd
die.
die.
Yeah,
bad.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Oh, so I dropped the network, but I still do want to find that Vlad documentary. But it's been so long since I used XW Tizzle. I forgot all my passwords and stuff.
Oh, you guys still have the network, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we
Mhm.
we have Peacock, so it's
Well, yeah, only in the States. Every other,
Yeah.
the rest of the world is still network.
between
Kelly- Yeah.
between me loving the pay-per-views right now and the TV show Poker Face with Natasha Lyonne, worth my $10 a month.
Kelly, we are hosting the. I told you right about the Rumble.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
American. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. What is that? Schmidt beer?
Schmidt
Cool.
Schmidt beer.
That's what I've been drinking all
It's
night.
the
I am
worst.
very sick.
Local.
I've had Schmidt. It's
Schmidt's
Not
gay.
good.
Schmidt's gay. Remember?
Schmidt's
from-
gay. Yeah, Schmidt's gay.
I think I'm gonna
Schmidt's
like
gay.
house sitting this year. Yeah.
Wow. So that was it. Casey ran away like Lou Albano. Fuck. Oh, the referee's name is Barney Miller. That's why you guys are talking.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's it.
I
Man,
went
if
to
he
the
became
kitchen
a
to get
main
a beer,
eventer,
so I missed
if he became a main eventer, he could go buy
Oh, here we
sold
go.
out Ustinov.
All right, here we go. This has got potential.
It looks like it's from a different decade.
I know.
I know,
He does.
We got the
But no, the
different
reason this
arena.
was a hidden gem is because there's some top
Right,
names
the
on
Rockers
this
are
card.
still there. Right,
yeah,
right.
They're
This
top
is
midnight
yeah,
midnight rockers at this
yeah.
point.
Of course.
Versus young Paulie dangerously and the original Midnight Express.
Yes.
Polly looking great.
Yes. This could be an
he
actual
just did
honest
I'll
to God.
do
good
several
match.
lines of coke
I
after
am
playing a keyboard solo for the Huey Lewis and the News.
Uh-huh.
Paulie's
went to
what,
a-
like 21, 22 here?
Yeah, very
yeah,
young.
something like
22, I
that.
think. Yeah. I think he's
He's like-
65 if I'm not mistaken.
He's a walking bonfire of the Vanities character.
Right,
It's great.
totally. Gordon Gecko.
Well, no, that's what his gimmick was, the psycho yuppie, and that's why he had the phone. He was a New York stockbroker, never really a stockbroker, but it was that whole
Yeah, Wall Street
yuppie.
guy.
He was a rich yuppie Wall Street guy who then chose his name based on a Michael Keaton movie.
I'd love for him to bring it back
Right.
just for a day.
They changed it around. Like some places he was Dangerly, and then he was Dangerously. They fucked around with it for a little while.
Or at least I attempted to. He won't admit it.
Is that Scott Ledoux? No, it's not Scott Ledoux.
Yeah, I believe it is. Though.
Oh, it is Scott Ledoux?
I
the ref?
think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The troubleshooting ref.
Yeah, Scott Ledoux.
And this is
troubleshooting ref.
interesting. This is the Rockers first match back after well, they left and they went to WWF for one match and got fired.
Yeah.
And then we're kind of like, it seems like they were almost blacklisted for a while because I checked.
They
earlier.
wrestled down south. They wrestled
Yeah, they were
down
in
south for a
Memphis.
while. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a 4-month gap after their WWF match and their first Memphis match where they didn't work at all, it seems. So I know Vern probably was punishing them a bit and not letting them come back right away. Yeah, so this would have been a big surprise.
You
Were
know
no
it was
compete clauses a thing back in 1987. I don't know.
Yeah. No, probably just as no one wants to deal with fucking Marty Jannetty at this point. I mean, I can't remember.
At this or any point.
I've heard the story of why they got fired after one night. It has to do with a bar and a fight or something.
There was a bar. Yeah, they tore the bar up. Apparently.
But
then I don't know. In Sean's old shoot, he blamed it all on Jimmy Jack Funk and that they took the heat for it.
I was about to say, in any situation, I would imagine 75% of the fault of it would be on Marty Jannetty, right? You just got to look at the track record.
Yeah,
I mean, although
it's
if you
funny,
hear
it
all
was
those
their
stories
first
about
night.
Jimmy Jack Funk back in the day, that's not really that unbelievable. That maybe he was the one that
Yeah,
caused all
That's
that
probably
stuff.
why they felt they could get with it.
Well,
or get away with that.
Jesse Barr had a chip on. Well, I mean, Jimmy Jack Funk wore a mask. No one knew who he was.
Mm.
Remember, he wore a Lone Ranger's mask. It was the stupidest. When they brought him in as the other Funk brother and he wore a Lone Ranger mask, and my magazine reading ass was like, "That's Jesse Barr. This is stupid. This sucks." Fuck you.
Hilarious. The Duke just had an amazing idea though that Heyman should bring in a new masked wrestler to the Bloodline to wrestle Dragon Lee and call him Dangerously. There we go. Oh, I saw that footage of Dragon Lee giving that kid a mask. That was awesome.
Isn't that nice? Yeah,
That was awesome.
Dragon Lee is over like Rover right now. By the way, for you guys who aren't watching.
Oh, really?
WWE. Oh yeah. They debuted him on the main roster. He's fucking a star already. Kids love
Nice.
him.
That's cool. See you later.
Gee, you think maybe when you have the guy running NXT who's actually best friends with the guy running WWF, that guy's coming up from NXT won't immediately have to deal with Vince, who never watched the show, and therefore the writers never watched the show. That's why it was so hard for people from NXT to get over. Loverboy
fuzzy.
Dennis is.
I'm a little fuzzy.
Some of the roughest, toughest, meanest, bloodiest matches I have
Randy Rose is a great wrestler, but boy, at the time I thought he just looked like such a schlub.
Oh yeah, total schlub.
Well, I wasn't the only one. So was Jim Hurd. That's why the Midnights versus Midnights angle, for many reasons, fell apart in WCW. But Jim Hurd, or I think it was Jim Hurd, was just like, this Randy Rose guy looks like a fucking, doesn't look like an athlete, man. He did not like him at all.
Yeah. No, and yeah, he just looked, I don't know, with his mustache and his hair,
Yeah.
it just was not good.
When you make Loverboy Dennis look like the good looking one, that's saying something.
Yeah.
What is AWA's biggest show ever in company history?
That's a big history. So I mean,
Attendance wise,
Yeah.
they definitely, well, they used to do shows in Comiskey Park that drew over 20,000. I don't think they ever topped 30 that I can think of. Yeah, I mean, they were very successful, like very, very successful within their territory. They drew, like, they always ran in big arenas, so they would get like 10, 15,000 a go every time, which in those days was very impressive.
well, if the fine folks at Wikipedia are to be believed, it was April 20th, 1986, at the Humphrey Metrodome.
Wrestle Rock.
23,000 fans.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the first Super Clash drew
That's what Hawkins
a
is
pretty
saying.
large crowd.
It did, yeah. Similar numbers, I'd say, to that, to the Wrestle Rock show.
I mean,
yeah,
you
well,
hear-
the Metrodome. It's where the Twins and Vikings played.
Right.
Dude, you hear Nick Bockwinkel dropping some fucking beats like that, you're gonna buy a ticket.
It's still like, just though, going back to the empty seats, they filmed it in a way that you saw, even though they had 23,000.
You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it by how it's
in a way
filmed. It
you
looks
saw
like
so
shit.
many empty seats. Yeah, it looked like shit. Yeah.
before this one is over. Anything they can get, and look at this now, Condrey may even take a long distance phone call or three by dangerously at ringside.
I've said this before, and it's pretty much the absolute truth. If you want to know what I looked like at 2021, take a look at Paul Heyman right here at the stage. We could have been related.
And you hung on to the ponytail for a long time too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Not as long as Heyman did, I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay, good.
No. As soon as I realized that the hair in the front was being stretched over a bald spot, I shaved my head.
You never went with the baseball cap?
I lost the hair, like Jimmy Valiant. I took my haircut like a man, and I did it myself.
Making that
Were you
same
grinning?
face.
I was going,
Yeah, gritting your teeth
the whole time.
Yeah, no shit. Come on. Why is everyone taking so long to get going here tonight? I came here to see the Midnight Rockers.
Oh, this match is good.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels in more than a bit of trouble. A hard elbow smash, and out goes Condrey. And down.
Hey, I'm just gonna give a quick shout out here to Travis's Twitch channel here. It looks like you're 4 more subs until you reach your goal. So everybody that's watching
Thanks,
tonight,
pal.
don't be cheap. Subscribe to the
Thanks, Matt.
fucking channel. Do it.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate
Was
it.
it like
While we're shilling,
was it like $4 a month?
Yeah. And I was
for the
saying,
price of a cup of coffee, you can either feed an orphan or subscribe to this show.
There you go.
For $10, for $5, was it 5? What's our Patreon? 5?
it's about the same each. I think it's $6 on Twitch, I believe. Thanks, so
Okay.
Matt.
Well, anyway,
Right.
join the fucking Patreon too. That's where all the the behind the
Yeah.
scenes
Oh
content.
boy, and we got a
Is-
real holiday special tonight. A match I've never seen.
We've you know what?
Oh,
It's
look at
it's
that.
that time of year though that we should probably sing that John Lennon song in the background, right?
Yes.
So you want to do that again?
Just wait.
Just do the shill again, and I can sing in the background.
What a quick.
So this is Christmas.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant
Robert-
Revolution #9.
And
Rob
what have
Hawkins.
you done?
Rob Hawkins already just gifted a sub to a good awesome loyal follower Bossolini. I guess he's in the chat.
There
too,
you
my
go.
buddy Jay. Awesome. We're up to 7, just like that.
We're up to 7. All right, 3 more to go. 3 more to go. Let's do this.
Man.
We need your
That's it.
promotional.
Arch-
As you know,
Arch
I'm
does-
down,
The Archduchess needs braces.
and
We
I'm
gotta
down
get
a few
this.
bucks. The Archduchess needs braces.
Actually, you
I
know
don't
what?
plan.
Travis needs $6,000, so we actually need 1,000 people to sub tonight to do this for
I
us.
don't know if Kelly's seen that yet.
No, I
We'll
haven't
watch
seen
we'll watch it with the recap at the end tonight.
Oh, that is so pretty. That's a neck stretcher for you.
A neck stretcher. Ron Trongard sucked. It's so funny. Vince steals Ron Trongard, then realizes that he sucks and fires him. How long is he there? 3 months tops.
Not very long. He does the MSG shows for several months.
So he must
Sounds-
have come and gone before I started watching wrestling, because I think the first match I ever watched was November of December of '88, and I have no recollection of him.
Sounds like he would
No,
own
he
a-
didn't do any of the syndicated.
Yeah,
shows of the
he
TV.
was in a.
Okay.
Well, because they had so many. You had your still the Boston Garden channel.
Mhm.
The Prism was done by then, but MSG.
No, Prism was still
Prism
going
still around? Okay,
until
so-
early '89. Yeah, them and
Yeah.
Boston ended around the same time.
So for all those local sports channels that showed these all the house shows cards, they had those announcers, and that's where they bring in guys like Tronger. There was a rotating. Bockwinkel was on fucking commentary.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
was terrible.
Yeah. Superstar Billy Graham was
Ugh,
with Tron
terrible.
Guard. It was a horrible commentating team. Yeah.
Just sounds like he would run like some sort of a Plymouth Dodge. Trongard, Plymouth Dodge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He's got a great.
He has a good voice. I've always
Yeah,
liked his
I can hear it.
voice.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
Yeah.
I know.
But he sucks.
I know.
But-
It's too bad.
He was just, kind of like Bill Mercer.
He's got a timbre that reminds me of your boy, Travis and Kelly. You guys,
Waylon.
yeah, Waylon. He's
Mm.
Waylon-esque.
Well, if he's
Waylon,
from
Malin,
Minnesota,
Sarah
that's
Palin.
close enough to Canada.
An all-time great moment in the history of this show.
That's probably what I'm hearing, because I'm hearing like, well, you look at him here now.
Mhm.
Minnesota is a honorary Canadian province.
That's right.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Did a double take on that one myself. Maybe Polish
I always loved how on the
Yeah.
Mary Tyler
Far-
Moore show, no one
Fargo
had
is
a
basically-
Minnesota accent.
Oh yeah, and Fargo was first. I think all seasons of Fargo were filmed in Calgary. Actually, they were really sad. To,
yeah, the TV show. Yeah.
Yeah, they were sad to lose. Man, they held a press conference in Calgary when they lost The Last of Us to Van City, baby. Where's my audition, motherfucker?
Hey, man, Travis, lots of
I know. 95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes. I was looking, dude. Of course we're allowed to talk about it, right?
Not yet. I
Okay.
can't. Not until my episode drops. But I think people are
Okay.
starting to put the pieces together. Morissette did. He messaged me the other day. He said, "I know
Okay.
it's not Goosebumps because that shot in Calgary or in Vancouver as well."
Okay, well, okay. I was looking on IMDb at the cast list, and all I was thinking was, and I know you probably, I'm just like, Manzukis is in this? I love Manzukis. He's one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Suddenly the tide of battle has turned a little bit in favor of the Midnight Express. And quite possibly more than just
Speaking of Rotten Tomato scores, I see Iron Claws at 91%,
Yeah,
which is pretty good.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out. I read a review that said like the first half or more was
It
really
was a lot
really
of
good.
fun, and then it
Yeah, I
gets
know,
really
but-
sad.
No, what they did say was the end of the movie falls into typical biopic territory
Yeah,
as far as the
you know me.
storytelling.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
believe it.
speeding things up and trying to get too much in or something.
Yeah, but
Man, did you see the guy who plays Fritz? Have you seen him in interviews? Kind of trying to be a Fritz defender. Who's this
Oh
guy?
no, I didn't see that.
I think he lived it a little too much. Did he push his son? Sure.
Did he fake a heart attack? Sure.
Who among us?
Did he ask Kevin to shoot himself? Sure.
Sure. That's tough love. That's the kind of actor who gets like into the role and then has to like, yeah, he's still he can't just admit that he's playing a piece of shit. He's gonna That's what the review really praised was the acting in it. They said it's top notch.
Oh yeah, I mean you can tell, yeah.
Have you got your tickets to it, Travis? Are you gonna go see it opening week?
Brady had tickets on Monday, but I couldn't get out of work.
Yeah.
So I think might try to sneak it in Calgary when we're there, the 22nd to the 28th. But we are for sure going to the Hitman Bar on the 23rd, so I'm really excited about that.
Nice.
The Rhinestone Cowboy, Stephen Crow might join us. That was pretty badass. Yeah,
that's cool.
Sick clothesline by Randy Rose.
Where's the Hitman Bar, Trev?
I think it's downtown. Paul was telling me about it. It's a Flames away game that night, so I think it's just like a kind of sports bar kind of vibe.
I got my one. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I was gonna say I got my one Hitman piece back here in my little nook here. I don't know if you guys can see this.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, and I was admiring your nook. Oh, cool.
Yeah, no, I have a Hitman.
I know that sounded,
Kelly, that's kind of creepy.
Really
hey, look, how do you, dude, don't get all Louis C.K. on us. We can't. We need guests admiring nooks.
No, I see the punch out image you have behind you there, dude. And I saw you have in your Instagram. Let's pimp your Instagram channel, Matt. You have an autographed copy of Mike Tyson's Punched Out by Mike Tyson.
That's actually right. Insane. That's actually right here as well.
Yeah, that's gorgeous, dude. That's wild.
Yeah. So
it's cool.
my collecting goal right now to try and get an autographed copy of all of the like GOAT athletes from video games that have autographed those video games.
Amazing.
So there are a few out there, like we all know, like, you know, so this is my stand-in here because I do actually have a copy of NHL 94 that's been signed by Jeremy Roenick, but I can't find it. It's just downstairs somewhere, but here's NHL 95 signed by Roenick.
Awesome.
But you know, there's those two, and then we know that there's like Bo Jackson.
Oh, Jackson for Tecmo Bowl. So I was gonna say, holy shit.
And then there's Michael Vick in Madden 2004, and I like it's gonna kind of hurt me to spend that much money on a Michael Vick autograph, kind of like it did to spend that much on a Mike Tyson
on a Tyson one.
Yeah.
You're like, look. It's all about the gimmick. I'm not making any judgments on
right. Right. Exactly. I don't know if you guys know this though, but Bo Jackson is contractually he's not allowed to sign Tecmo Bowl products anymore.
Crazy.
So when he signed an exclusive with Steiner or whoever it was,
because Big Papa Pup has got deep in pockets and great lawyers.
Yeah,
106%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so part of that contract is that he's not allowed to sign Tecmo Bowl items anymore. So anything that you see has been signed probably under his old contract, and that includes everything. Like he can't sign pictures of Tecmo Bowl, he can't sign the game anymore, and so it's gonna be a hell of a journey. I'll tell you that.
Bo Jackson was like my first favorite athlete, Matt. I don't know if you saw Kelly, our guest of the show on my birthday show, Rick Lee, and our old friend was in Vegas. Got to go to the Raiders light it up. 63.
Did he go to that?
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, got to see the Chargers coach get fired. I love the next day.
Yes,
his coach gets fired, and someone tweets, "Why? What happened?" 63 points scored against them. And he got to go see the show at the Sphere, the U2 show, which looks
nice.
fucking amazing. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have heard, but it
Oh,
sounds. I think the
hold
UFC
on.
is running UFC 300 at the Sphere.
So
Oh,
we missed
really?
the finish here.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wanted to comment on the finish. It was a time limit draw,
I
and
thought
the
it was.
Rockers decided that using a rowboat with a few seconds left was their
It's
best.
like
go for the
best way
pinfall.
to-
win.
I give no more rowboats. The
Okay, you know what's-
humiliation is too much.
You know what's why? You know, it occurred to me a little earlier. I'm like, what we're watching here is the Rock and Roll Express ripoff team versus the Midnight
Midnight
Express
Express
ripoff
Rock.
team,
Yeah. But then a team is called
Yeah.
the Midnight Rockers.
which is a double ripoff.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah, yeah.
Wahoo!
Yeah, it was a double ripoff.
Oh, is this Wahoo? And
Oh, wahoo!
I love Wahoo, man, but he is
Guess
at the end of
who
his
it
career.
is. I know who it is.
It's not.
Adrian Adonis.
Oh, it's Adrian Adonis.
It is.
He was starting to slim down when he
Right.
died. Actually,
I'll be right
he
back.
lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I don't think he had started to slim down quite yet, though.
We'll see.
We'll see. I don't know. Someone said he was over 400 pounds online.
Oh wow!
in
Oh
this
wow!
match.
Yeah, this is 87. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
87.
When did he die?
He died in the summer of
88.
88.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this was mentioned. This was mentioned on his Dark Side of the Ring as well, that he ballooned up to 400 pounds when he was in AWA.
Mm-hmm. Well, Wahoo wasn't too slim himself. at this
Well, dude,
point.
Wahoo was at the end of his career here.
Yeah, but he was still pretty good. In a year, he'd have an awesome Indian strap match with
Manny
Manny Fernandez
Fernandez. Yeah,
at
that match
Super
rules.
Clash 3. And he
Yeah.
has good matches with Kurt Hennig
Mhm.
around this time for the AWA title. But yeah, Adrian, it was pretty.
But dude, Adrian and Wahoo just it didn't end well for them. I mean,
That's
poor
true.
Adrian, he's getting his life back together. He's dropping the weight. He's out doing the indie scene, trying to get
Yeah.
and car accident. And Wahoo just, I think he died. Dude, he was living under a bridge and shit. That one
Was
point.
he?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck. And he wasn't that old. He was just turned 60, I think.
From Adrian Adonis to Paul E. Danger.
Yeah, it says Wahoo is 63.
Yeah, okay.
A collision between Adrian
Yeah, well, at their peaks, they were both amazing wrestlers.
called Chickasaw Indian out of Oklahoma.
But this has got to be one of Adonis's last matches on tape, though, I think.
Yeah, baby.
I would
don't
think
know if
so.
there's
Yeah.
much from 88 out there. Yeah.
I wonder how. Okay, look, he clearly is
Announced the weight of Adrian Adonis.
near 400. He could still fucking move around, and it's
Mhm.
amazing how he can move around at his weight.
So I would say, if I had to take a guess, Wahoo's probably 265, 275 here.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, take that number and do what you will with Adonis here.
Off his ring jacket, more and more amazed. He will not be on the cover of Football Digest this month.
Yeah, I mean,
people-
Adonis's trunks are just like
he'll be okay.
he could fit like 5 midgets.
But
in
just
that.
look at those rolls
Jesus
in the
Christ.
trunks, dude. Everything about it is just
It's so
not good.
bad.
He's got a dance belt on underneath it, though. You can see. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Nothing popping out. And I got it.
Well, this
Everything's-
is not where we need to see a ball.
Dude,
appearance.
his tights area looks like when you pop open the tube to make croissants. And all the dough.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been watching. I found another good Instagram account where a guy just drops these like red hot copper balls into different things. Like, and one was inside mayonnaise, and it's similar effect.
I'm ashamed to admit I know that you're talking about Florida Foundry or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
called.
you know
I've seen
exactly what I'm
I've seen a
talking
bunch of their stuff too.
He did
just-
Marmite. My wife
Yeah.
loves Marmite, and she could not look away.
They can have each other.
It's like those guys that do the videos with the hydraulic presses. You're like, why am I watching this?
Mhm.
But I'm also fascinated about why this guy's taking a 200-ton press and he's pressing down on this can of like frozen Minute Maid juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A street brawl
Yes, Moose, the one with the
in New
mayo.
York City.
That was like a trip to Taco Bell. That one.
Quick wrestling maneuver like that one. In behind. Oh,
remember in Flair and wanted some fucking shoot. Everything was like, yeah, boy, you know, it's just such a shame what happened to Wahoo. We really should have tried to take care of him. I was like, oh, it's nice to say now.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't believe a goddamn thing that comes out of Flair's mouth, man.
Wings.
Another one of those things.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Johnny's new obsession is
Wings.
hating on
Wings. It's the most pathetic
those are
thing
sad looking
I've ever
wings.
seen.
Too.
Okay,
Yeah.
I first heard him doing that wings thing on one of like those Thompson podcasts a year ago.
Right.
It just on Twitter, him in his dumb suit, looking like the Crypt Keeper, opening up a box of these woo wings, doing the wings, and you look at these fucking wings. They look like they're the most disgusting
Uncooked.
fucking
Uncooked.
things I've ever seen.
Just right out of the butcher shop.
They looked like they were boiled and then they were put in an air
Yeah.
fryer for about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what his face looks like too.
It's like if you got wings on a flight, that would be what you'd get.
Yeah, exactly. They are. They're airplane wings.
Give me the Flair wings. That's which is funny because there is an awful airline in
Yes.
Canada called Flair Air.
Flair. Yeah.
I've had nothing but bad experiences with Flair Air. It's like when you're looking for flights, it's like, ooh, there's one, but it's Flair.
It's terrible.
You better
The
be
pilot-
ready.
In the middle of the flight, the pilot comes out.
Does
of
the
cockpit-
helicopter, yeah.
the
Just does the
pilot comes out
helicopter.
of the pocket with his dick out, just spinning it around.
Doing the helicopter, yeah.
Flair should buy the airline and just recreate the plane ride from hell on every
Yeah.
flight. That's the attraction.
No, but they all have to be propeller planes, and the
Woo.
propellers look like dicks.
Yeah, Jesus. Oh, I see why it's so cheap. That's what, like they deliberately make it unpleasant for you. That's part of why it's so affordable. Oh, we will make you feel violated. But he's a legend, so what are you gonna do?
We will cut off your ponytail if you pass out during that.
That is my favorite.
That's
part
the
of-
extra package that you pay
Yeah,
for.
yeah. What's going on with the guy? Did the ref take a bump too? No, that he had the.
He's holding his back.
The ref was doing the whole William Regal thing there. Sorry, Lord Stephen Regal.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the hand
So
behind the back.
Wahoo's got a hold of Paul Lee.
Yes.
Jeepers creepers.
Got the phone. Fuck you too.
Oh,
Love it.
And he's not going to take a pin. Of course.
It's not over yet. Of course, it's not. That would have been too much action.
It's for you, Adrian.
Oh, no. Those trunks. Be careful, Wahoo.
Be
Ooh.
careful. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
oh.
Nice.
Zach Morris on the line.
That's the Reffy Mark bump there. Shout out to Reffy
Totally.
Mark.
Yeah. Shout out to
Yeah.
the great Reffy Mark.
From the AWA, you just do not attack a referee that way.
That way.
What
How
a
do you
great
do it?
read.
Pissed off Wahoo.
So you talk about that. That guy's voice there is fucking killer there.
Yeah, that's Trongard, but
Yeah, Trongard. That's what I mean, right?
He's
That's
got the-
strong guard.
he's
Yeah.
got the voice, but
Great
he
voice.
stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no skills.
But that's the thing. Like I remember when Michael Cole was still being like forever was being so closely policed, but occasionally there would be a match that snuck through that had so much of like big match potential that it would still he couldn't help but be great, right? I'm thinking of
Yeah.
whatchamacallit, John Cena against Brock Lesnar, the first one back when he like
right. Yeah.
lifts his shoulder out. Yeah,
That's why
maybe my
that-
favorite.
Or
Cena
the
match.
first UK tournament, he was really good.
Right.
'cause
Oh, that was the
Vince had
best.
nothing
But
to do
Vince
with
wasn't
it.
there for any of that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, what he did the Japan show too, as well as something like, and I'll tell you this, it recently now Cole's fucking great because he's completely doesn't have Vince in his head. He screws up a little, makes fun of himself,
Oh, wow.
and is
Yeah.
dropping fucking like wrestling knowledge left and right. It's fucking great.
Look at this.
And Larry,
Speaking-
is that Larry Hennig there?
Kurt
Yeah.
and Larry. Yeah.
Wow.
Kurt and Larry.
AWA legend.
And a heel.
3
hit this one, yeah.
referees, and then we got the
Sounds like it's gonna be
Ganyes.
I told you two knuckleheads to stay outside. I'm refereeing this match.
I love it.
Hey, Mo.
Part of the
I thought,
storyline.
hey, Mo, the commission said I was.
Get off the tower.
Yeah, he's like,
You-
hey, you
stuck.
assholes, get off those towers. Don't eat
Yeah.
the brown acid.
I don't think I have ever in my life seen a collared referee polo shirt like that, like the short guy there's wearing.
Is that Vern?
That's Vern. Yeah, it's Fathers and Sons Day.
Ah, I see.
Take your son to work day.
Part of the season. It's for Christmas. It's for the Christmas.
Looks like we got straps going to
Okay.
be
Yeah.
used. Oh, I'm betting Vern and Larry are going to be strapped together.
Nothing says Christmas
my
like
God.
two old men strapped together.
I'm rock hard right now. Larry, I don't know about you.
Just a typical Gagne family Christmas. Bring out the straps.
That's the name of the Gagne biopic. Bring out the straps. Or no, what would they call it? What do you mean, rocking chairs? That's what they call the
Wouldn't yeah.
the Gagne A24 film. You mean rocking chairs?
Dude, we already have the wrestler. I mean, that's
Did you guys hear that Dwayne Johnson is apparently going to star in an A24 film as Mark Kerr?
yeah. I
the-
didn't know who Mark Kerr
playing
was.
like a-
Yeah, who is Mark Kerr?
So
He's
Well,
an
he
Mark,
MMA
wasn't-
guy, right?
Mark Kerr, the Smashing Machine, yeah, the MMA guy, early UFC,
Oh.
early Pride type of stuff.
Like in
but-
early days. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I'm pretty sure Mark Kerr wasn't like 53
I know.
years
I
old
know,
or
he's
whatever.
playing a 27-year-old.
Dwayne Johnson is right now. There
It's
you
gonna
go.
be like,
Yeah,
what was that?
27.
What's that weird musical that came out recently where the guy is supposed to be playing a teenager, but he's like in his 40s? I can't remember what that was.
Like
You
High
could help
School
me
Musical 4? I don't know.
I can't remember. Not sure. Matt, you got the squeakiest chair in town, bro.
I do.
You
yeah,
got nothing
look,
wrong with it. Nothing wrong with
can't-
your mic, but
Yeah,
that
no.
chair.
I can't. I have tried to
Chair's
grease
gotta
and
go.
oil. I tried
Oil
to grease
can!
and
Get
oil
some
this
oil
chair
for
many,
that.
many times.
Oil can.
Actually, you know what? I brought another chair up here. I'm going to switch chairs. Give me a second here. This might be a. I'm guessing this is
It's
a
gonna be the
mystery.
loudest-
loudest,
Travis,
loudest
This is a
part of
Mystery
the evening.
Titans first is a guest changing chairs halfway
I
through.
love
Hey,
it.
Travis, nothing
Chair
says
change.
nothing says more Christmas more than shaming a man's chair into changing a chair on the air.
Can we have some chair changing music, Paul?
Dun, 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 dun,
Hey, hey.
dun, 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 dun. Oh,
Da-da-da-da-da-da. New chair.
They're still
I'm-
tying.
Dude, I've been watching so much old Letterman. I love it
Still
so much.
strapping each other
Yeah.
together.
Look at this. I'm
Okay,
gonna
we
kiss
got
you.
the
I'm gonna
straps.
kiss you, Larry, right here.
This is a lemon party waiting to happen.
Yeah. Total
Can't
lemon
quit
party.
you, Larry.
Lemon party. Leather lemon party match.
Okay,
Here
that
we
might be a little
go.
bit better.
Ah, it's great, pal. Thanks. I was gonna cut you off. No.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's been a lot of WD-40 attempts on that chair over the last couple of years. But
Just won't take.
yeah,
The chair's
it's
like
actually
the chair spits it back at you.
Resisting it.
that's the chair I took from the office at the beginning of COVID, and I kind of feel like if I took it back and took a different chair, nobody would say anything. So
Love it.
yeah,
Do it.
Until it squeaks. Then
Yeah.
it jigs up.
Where'd this
I mean,
squeaky chair
if I
come
go in on a day where nobody else is in, I don't know if anybody will notice.
I like
See, right?
I thought we got rid of the squeaky chairs during the pandemic.
Something like that happening here. To each other, figuring that if one would try to get in, the other will jerk him out.
I
And
beg your
Ooh,
pardon?
nice.
Okay.
Hello.
Leather and jerkin. Leather straps and jerkin. That's the Minnesota way.
So I did miss in the middle of Chairgate here. Are the two? Yeah.
Chairgate
So I see Larry
2023.
and Vern are strapped together.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
For some reason.
Dads are strapped.
In this squared ring as
That's a
they
pretty good
stand
idea.
toe-to-toe and nose to nose. Oh,
I mean, the old gimmick was handcuffed together, but strapped together gives them
Mhm.
more range of motion.
bingo. Wow.
Yeah,
they
we'll
they
see what
did
they
a
do
bit
with
with they did
yeah.
some bits with Bob Orton and Dusty Rhodes later on, right? When with Randy and Cody or
But it's gonna be tough to call.
Well, they
in
did a
WWE.
bull rope match with Dusty against Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I think
last
that was
great-
Dusty's last match.
Yeah, the last great moment from Dusty for sure in ring. I remember that.
Yeah, it was at the Great American Bash when they
Kevin
were still
Kevin
using
Banner,
that.
buddy of the show, and future guest. He wants to come back 2024.
Nice.
Recommended that match to me one night. He's a big.
Yeah, I've never
Dusty
seen it.
Rhodes.
I'm just
Yeah.
I remember when it
It just
happened.
shows you an old guy who can.
It was when
still-
Cody first started, basically.
And it should be said
Dude, the whole shit with Cody and Goldust and Dusty versus like the Shield was like fucking
Yeah.
top-notch shit.
Yeah.
did not get another chance to get the job done for a long, long time because there are many, many others standing in
Dude,
line.
even the first time I saw Greg Gagne, I was 15 years old, and I was like, "You fucking kidding me, right?" I was like, I never could take him seriously.
I want to be your accountant.
Professional wrestling. Either Greg wins by a pinfall, or
And I said the same thing about Kurt Hennig. First time I saw Kurt Hennig was the Road Warriors had like murdered him with a chair on Saturday morning, and he just looked like this doughy baby face
Nice.
Right.
schlub,
Dude.
and I'm like, eh.
I love Kurt Hennig.
and again,
Yeah.
Said it
Ditto.
before.
He was basically Mr. Perfect by this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was.
He'd already got.
I loved
that.
him when you know what? I
Oh.
loved him when he got on the gas and got a tan.
Yeah. Well, he was gonna go to the WWF this a few months before this, actually, and I think that's when they finally gave him the strap in the AWA
Hmm.
as like a way to sweeten the deal or make him come back or to stay.
I never understand how that works because I mean, you're like, we'll give you the fake belt if you stay. I'm like, is that gonna make you more money than the WWF would at the time?
Well, I don't know. I mean, in the old days, yeah, being the
In
champ.
the old
did
days,
make
but
you more
I'm,
money,
I'm
that's
talking
for
about
sure.
these days.
Nope. I wouldn't
Yeah,
think
well,
so.
I mean, I'm at the old days from 2023 to whenever, but yeah, I mean, there wasn't probably too much. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, the champion gets a
I'm
cut
not
of
sure
the
why he
gate, and
stayed.
they're not drawing. So
Yeah, I know they weren't drawing.
I'll
I
give
mean,
you
But
the
he
belt
stayed
back.
anyway.
I do kind of wonder if there's some brand loyalty there, right? Like, I
Yeah,
wonder
there's
if-
got to be. There's
yeah,
got to be.
just that comfort zone brand loyalty. Like,
Yeah, there was, and but he had been in the WWF in the early '80s
Uh-huh.
for a
Yeah,
couple of
yeah.
years as young babyface Kurt Hennig. So it wasn't like he didn't know what he was getting into, sort of thing.
This is pretty good though. Like these guys are selling like crazy for each other
Mhm.
early on here.
Greg Gagne is not a bad wrestler.
I know. And
Okay,
Mhm.
but Greg Gagne doesn't look like a wrestler at all, and I can't take him seriously.
Well, especially compared to the '80s guys and like the steroid era and all that.
I
That's
didn't
when he
think-
started to look bad. Like I think he was fine in the '70s, early '80s.
When I watched the footage, because by the time I watched the AWA, Brunzell was gone. When I watched the footage of the High Flyers, I go, then I'm like, okay, I can accept him in a tag team. You know, there's certain wrestlers that I'm just like, you got to be in a tag team for me to take. Okay, modern Johnny Gargano. Can't take him fucking seriously. Put him in the tag team. I'm like, okay, two smaller guys in a tag team.
Yeah.
That works.
Mhm.
And to Vern's credit, he never really pushed him as a singles guy.
No, he
always-
did. Well, Vern wasn't an idiot. He knew that he has two eyes. He could see what his son looks like.
Yeah, like I don't think he even had he had matches with Bockwinkel, I guess, but none that I can really think of as like a big deal. And this, this was getting into the crappy years, or well into the bad times now, where he's finally in a main event for the AWA title. So yeah,
Like dude, it's like Felix and Oscar on the fucking outside with the strap. It's great.
Yeah, I love it. That's a sitcom in the making. 13 episode commitment. Come on, somebody.
At least in one episode they're gonna do the whole paint a white line.
Yes,
through the living
totally.
room.
They gotta share it. They gotta share.
Yeah,
the room
but they're
together.
strapped together, Travis.
Love that trope.
So-
Love that trope. You've done a wrinkle on the old classic there, Mr. Hedgepeth.
Yeah.
I do want to say, so it's well documented that Super Macho Man in Mike Tyson's Punch Out is based on superstar Billy Graham.
Billy Graham. Yeah.
But I'd like to think that at least aesthetically, Don Flamenco is based on Greg Gagne.
Greg Gagne.
Very possible.
Doesn't have the flamboyancy of Mr. Flamenco.
Thank goodness.
Boring chance. That's not good.
Hilarious. Not
Yeah,
at this stage in the
it's-
night.
It's the
For the
best.
main event, I
It's the
know.
best match of the night
For
by-
real. Like, that's what I was feeling.
by,
Yeah.
by leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
And they're bored, giving them the
Yeah, I
boring-
mean, the Midnight Rockers had some great stuff, but fuck. Nice.
Ooh,
Yeah, see, but this feels like a fight, right?
that's a hamstring
Yeah.
tear waiting to happen right there.
They're saying boring to the old guys in front. Get out of here, old
I
man.
think. Well, yeah, and to Greg too. I mean, he became like a whipping boy kind of
Right.
for the fans
Mhm.
for the
Dude,
when
but
things
why?
went bad.
Here to do our taxes.
Now, okay, if he had been IRS, I would have.
There we go.
I-
Perfect.
I would have. I still would have hated that fucking gimmick, but it would have made more sense. He would have looked like an accountant.
Would Parm have still dressed up like him, I wonder, Kelly? Cool.
Yeah, it was it wasn't just the outfit or the attitude of the character that attracted Parm. Yeah, it was Parv.
Harv.
I
Oh yeah, I was
thinking of-
wondering. Yeah,
Did
Yeah,
I
I
say
was
Parm?
thinking-
Parm.
You
yeah,
did
but
say
then I
Parm.
thought, oh, did Parm
Pardon
dress
me.
up for like one of the
Maybe.
Halloween shows or something?
All I know is
Parv.
that Parv liked those bulging
Parv,
rotunda
yes.
pecs.
Harv like the suspenders or braces, as they're known
Uh,
in merry old England.
the half glasses. He was totally hard for those.
And he
half
had the
glasses.
suitcase. Yeah.
Yeah, he went to school
Hilarious.
dressed like him.
That's
Mhm.
what I'm saying. That's so funny.
I know you guys are talking about some of your early memories or the early run of Kurt Hennig here. I didn't actually see him for the first time until he'd made it to WWF, and he was,
Yeah,
he
me too.
was dressing up in the neon tights and things like that.
Right.
And that was just, he was, I think he's like next level. Like he's definitely
man.
one of my top 5
Yeah.
guys of all time.
Dude,
But
me
it was-
too.
it was one
There's
of
a
those
time when
things,
he
like-
was my one of my Mount Rushmores for sure.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, I was like, this guy is just so different than everybody else. I love the overselling. I love the attitude.
Yeah, I love the overselling.
The gum spit, of course, like the gum spit. Like every kid on the playground that watched WWF when I was a kid, we would all do the gum spit, right?
Always
none of,
tried.
none of
but
us
could
would
never
ever
get it.
make it. Like
Never
none of us-
get it.
We'd always be like 2 seconds off. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I remember the one time I got it was I had come home. And this
Nobody
actually-
was watching.
It was, you know, it was in my early 20s. I was coming home from the bar that night, and I was like, I'm going to do the Mr. Perfect gum spit, and I hit the gum so far that I actually hit my neighbor's window, and quickly ran inside the house like nothing had happened. That was it. That was we'll forever love Kurt Hennig. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was the first heel I ever cheered for. He was like, who I'd always pick in WrestleFest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we went to that house show, Kelly. What year was that? Where it was him and Michaels.
93. Michaels,
Yeah. Where
Summer.
where
Stampede, it was during
he
the
was starting to
Stampede.
do a babyface run, but I was still a big fan of his and hoping, we'd get the moment where, one of those weird house shows. Because this is after Brett had won in Saskatoon.
In Saskatoon,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So we're starting to think, maybe we'll get Mr.
Yeah,
Perfect beating.
yeah. It
beating
did happen
Michaels.
quite a bit
Yeah.
back then because
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
trying to boost house show attendance by making you think, oh, well, I can't miss a house show because I might
Mhm.
miss a title.
And
show.
that was the one I was hoping for at that show, but I remember he hit a perfect plex clean
Yeah.
that Sean kicked out of, and I'm like, it's not happening.
Yeah.
It's
wait
not
a second here. Yeah.
happening.
And then you're thinking like, did he didn't lock the fingers. Maybe he just didn't lock the fingers.
Yeah,
That was what they always
that's what it
used to
was,
on TV,
yeah.
right? Like,
Trying
he kicked
to-
out because the fingers
Yeah.
weren't locked.
That's me trying to sell it to my brain. Hilarious.
It took again early 20s. It took me a long time to be fine with the name Mr. Perfect because I was like, it's Kurt Hennig. Why can't he be? I'd be like, why can't he be Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig? Why? I hated that he was just that was his name, Mr. Perfect. I was like, fuck you. I
Yeah.
fucking hated that shit. But
You know what?
I
you know what
loved
sold
him.
me?
But
You
I
know what
loved-
finally sold me on the fact that he was Mr. Perfect was when he threw the football to himself.
I
when
love
he
the
was with
football.
Randall
Yeah,
I
that's
Cunningham.
loved all that shit. I love the
Nobody
vignettes.
else can do that.
I
Yeah.
thought the vignettes were fucking hilarious. He did one shooting hoops with a guy I went with Felton Spencer.
Felton
who played
Spencer,
for-
yeah.
who I went to college with. He was
Hmm.
he was a year above me at Louisville, and I loved it all. I just the name was just so hokey that I hated hokey. I've come to grips with it now. I've talked to my therapist about it, and
Now he owns his own pair of Mr. P boots.
well, I tell you what,
Nice.
when he goes to WCW and he's not Mr. Perfect and he's Kurt Hennig, I was like, yeah, he's kind of lacking something, isn't he?
Yeah, hilarious.
It's
Hilarious.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. But I mean, he was lacking his prime physique or his
Yeah,
body
yeah,
because
mm,
he
yeah,
broke him
exactly.
down so badly.
And
Yeah,
if
he
I
was
may
pretty broke
say, he
down.
was lacking his smile.
Until the West Texas Rednecks.
Until he
Till the
became.
West Texas
Yeah, I was
Rednecks
gonna
came
say
about.
yeah,
West
the
Texas
anti-rap or whatever that was. Yeah.
Rap
He's the
Do you
funniest
remember
thing-
when he
Rap
saved?
is rap.
Funniest
Was
thing.
this before or after he had saved Wade Boggs' life?
Don't know. I love
story.
that story.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Another Cheers
Oh,
reference.
near fall.
Remember when they pants Wade Boggs?
Yeah.
John?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Let's go. Let's check this guy's wallet and see who this really is. It's Wade Boggs.
You know what this means? We just passed the great Wade Boggs.
Count of two.
Oh, that was about 2.5.
The best.
So very close. This match seesawing back and forth.
This
Oh.
color guy, I'm just turning.
This
that
match
got a-
seesawing back and forth.
thick Minnesota accent.
Yeah, it's
Finally,
very
someone with a
Bob
Minnesota
Euchre-esque.
2 counts have their win in this match, Rod.
In
Holy
the butt
cow.
bomb.
Nick Conch.
I'm grabbing my conch. I'm white knuckling my conch right now, brother. Love it.
Really?
Come
Whoa.
on, guys.
This
Let's
is
use
sexier.
the
Love it.
strap for fuck's sakes.
Dude, the tension. These guys want to fuck
Yeah.
so bad.
Right here in front of all of Minnesota.
We got some Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau-esque
Yeah, it
grumpy
totally
old man
is.
tension
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on
Grumpy
here.
old men, yeah. Grumpy old men, the odd couple, everything.
All of them wanted to fuck each other too. That was the all
Where?
the
You know
clearly.
from scene one.
Oh, now we're gonna get the patented AWA King of the Mountain spot that every world title match has to have.
Okay, the fella in the red is that young shrunken Vince McMahon in the
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got a very Vince McMahon wardrobe going on there.
This says he was
Vince
gonna
McMahon.
buy the territory and reveal himself, but then he decided not to.
Vince McMahon is Tom Hanks in Philadelphia.
That looks like Tom Hanks in that Mr. Rogers movie, actually.
Larry Hennig, we've seen that before.
I was gonna ask, what is the King of the Mountain spot, Kelly? Excuse my ignorance.
Where the baby face is on the outside and he tries to get back in the ring and he just keeps getting knocked to the ground.
Right.
What a
Thank you.
It was a AWA trope for years. If you watch like the AWA set that Johnny mentioned earlier, it was something that people always commented about was the King of the Mountain spots throughout the decades. Always. I don't know. Vern seemed to think it was great for heat.
Continuing
Dress for the job you want. I want to be Vince McMahon, says the Duke. It does look like Tuesday Night Titans blazer.
His stupid blazer with his liver lips. So gross.
Yes. Dude, you mentioned that's one of the things that made me want to start Mystery Titans Theater back up during COVID. Was I used to watch the original episodes all the time, and once you, Johnny, before I even knew you, said in a Macho Man voice to Vince McMahon, "You liver lips, motherfucker." But still, I was like, dude, I want to hang out with these guys. He totally did back then. He has weird liver lips.
Ugh, it's so gross. It's so gross.
It's so gross. So weird back then.
When you do Boomsday Night, you need to come out with liver on your fucking lips. Some liver pate, just an in joke.
Yeah.
Oh, the Gagne sleeper.
And like 400 of the 1,800 people in the crowd go wild.
Yeah. It's Greg's big night.
I could go for
Finally.
some goose liver pate right about now.
Larry Hennig looks like the Cowardly Lion if he was left in the dryer too long. Or like something happened, like something responded.
Oh, here
wrong.
we go. Finally.
He's a Monchichi with gamma rays.
I got the thumbs. Nothing but thumbs. That's
Monchichi,
he had
Monchichi.
'em.
Oh, so soft and cuddly.
taking everybody up. He does like the what do you call that? What is the Samoan spike with the thumbs?
The thumbs.
Oh,
That was the world's slowest DQ.
Vern.
DQ.
What a mess.
DQ
Vern.
in the main event. Oh,
What a
Vern, he
mess.
just fucking tore his.
Don't
no.
kill my
like Vince in
son.
the Royal
Don't kill my
Rumble.
boy. Don't kill
I've
him.
abandoned my
Quads.
son.
Look, I'm just gonna say, for all the shit talking we're doing right now about these guys, that was a pretty impressive leap over the ropes for
Yeah,
like
no shit,
65-year-old
no shit.
Vern Gagne.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a great athlete.
Yeah, I
doubt
mean, he's
about
got to
that.
be in his, he's got to be at least in
Yeah,
his
he
early
was.
60s
He
here.
was in his 60s.
Minnesota's
yeah.
finest.
I always thought it was wild that that one thing that happened with Vern Gagne in the retirement home where he kind of lost his mind and he got into a
Yeah.
fight and
It's
body
Alzheimer's
slammed that
disease.
other guy.
He didn't body slam him. He knocked him to the ground.
Did he? I thought he actually body slammed him.
No, that's the goddamn internet bullshit. Okay. Vern Gagne was suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's, and I worked with I was an activities professional in that field for 23 years.
Mhm.
So he's in a nursing home with a roommate. He's got
You're about to
Alzheimer's.
break the Hippocratic Oath and say that Vern Gagne was one of your patients, Johnny. When
That's
somebody
not
you
the
looked
Hippocratic. That's not the
after. No,
that's
whatever.
Dr.
You know what I
Patient
mean.
confidentiality.
Dr. Patient, you know what I mean.
Okay. But I wasn't a doctor. I
we're
was a
getting-
recreational therapist.
Getting out of control here now. Vern's got the full strap now.
Oh,
Holy
here
shit.
we go.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
do you know how many times I saw old people hitting
Start
each
Put
other?
'em up.
I
Put 'em
saw-
up.
I saw old people hitting each other like this constantly.
Yeah, I was gonna say more
That's what you-
often than any of us have. That's for sure.
You'd
They-
clock in and turn your head, and this is what you'd see every morning.
Anyhow.
No, but it always pissed me out because people are like, Vern Gagne murdered a guy. I was like, no, dude, he had Alzheimer's disease and he knocked another old man to the ground, broke his hip, and he died.
Yeah.
It's a
No,
shame.
it's
He's not a
tragic,
fucking
that's-
murderer. He just fucking had Alzheimer's disease.
No.
Yeah. Moose said, "Did you just say Vern's got the full strap on?"
Yeah.
GAGNE
Merry
Full
Christmas,
dash.
everybody.
strapon.com.
This is how you send.
Control.
This is how you send the family home happy on the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Who's the guy with the mullet there?
I was gonna say, is that one of the nasty
Nord?
boys?
He looks like one of the
Is it-
nasty. It looks like
Because the
Sags.
nasties
were
were in
around,
around
weren't they,
this
around
time.
at that
Okay.
time?
Looking
Nah, that looks a little too
looking
Yeah.
Jerry
svelte. Yeah,
Sags,
like way
dude.
too. No, the guy there
Yeah.
is. There's Sags in the green.
Sags?
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was asking
Jesus
about. Is
Christ,
that,
look
yeah.
at him.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is.
He is in great shape then. Holy cow.
Wow.
Very young.
Not
He's
so
busted
nasty.
open. So, Mystery Titans Theater fans, it's going to be a bloody Christmas. Greg Gagne's busted open here. We've got more to
Oh
come.
my god. Yeah, and Matt's Patreon match after we sign off tonight is the infamous Muda scale match, the match I've never seen.
Oh wow. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
never
I
seen
was
it either, other
talking to
than-
my wife. Was talking to my wife last night, and she's like, "Well, what are you doing in Adobe there?" And I said, "Oh, I'm having to edit 2 versions of this match together because." And she's like, "Well, what are you doing?" She's like, "It's because at one point the better quality version freeze frames because this guy's bleeding too much on the mat." And she's like, "All right, well, you guys have fun. That's enough for me."
What
I
is
think
opening
it's all
night?
bullshit.
Yeah, there's Uncle Larry.
There's the Uncle
Kelly.
Larry.
There's
Yeah.
Uncle Larry.
The silver mongoose.
Oh, that's right. We get post-show interviews. Yeah.
All right, boys, I'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Okay. Moose. Yeah, he's asking who's gonna go opening night wearing a wrestling shirt next weekend or next week. When does it come out on Friday? The Iron Claw.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think
Yes,
we're gonna try to fit it. We go to Calgary that night. Like as I said, I'm going on the 23rd. I'm gonna try to go to the Hitman Bar with our buddy Brady and hopefully Stephen Crow was going to meet us there as well, the Rhinestone Cowboy. But I really I do want to obviously want to fit it in this weekend or this holiday season.
But it was a 30-minute time limit, and this is the first time we ever met
All dangerously,
Hmm.
according to Marty.
It takes 15, 20 minutes to fill each other out before you really mix it up.
Love the jacket though.
Yeah, both of them look like they're just coming from another like a court hearing.
Very possible.
Yeah.
For Sean, yeah, he looks like a court hearing. Marty's
Yeah.
like, I'm ready to hit the
The
bars.
party. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Deal with great tag teams like you. You know, the Midnight Rockers
Thursday
at
in
one
select
time,
cities. Thank you,
one of the
Moose.
youngest, most exciting tag teams.
Yeah,
Now they
so
exist
jazzed.
in
As
the
I was
Midnight
saying,
Rockers.
it's
We're
so
not
funny
about
how
kids anymore.
we've seen
We're
all the
world
ads and
champions. We've been around the
you can
world.
tell that
Big
Nora
bucks,
can tell that
bruises,
Christine and I are
taken
really
in stride.
excited.
Never made an
And Nora's
excuse
like, I want to
for
go
anything
too.
that we've ever
No,
done.
you don't. You don't want
Midnight
to.
Rockers live their life
You
the
don't
way
want to
they
have
do
to
it, and they
sit
wrestle
through
the way
this.
they want. And they give 110%, and especially to the people of the AWA. Midnight Express.
Christine's excited.
Yeah.
Big
Oh,
Christmas
dude.
present
You don't
waiting
think
to
she
get
loves
wrapped.
Efron and fucking the dude from The Bear? Come on.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Oh, and she will watch
Yeah, the sex
biopics.
appeal.
Yeah, and she will watch. And she loves. We watch Dark Side of the Ring all the time. Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
well, you
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
you found a keeper there, Trav. Julia despises her.
Yeah.
18 years into
What
our
about
relationship.
biopics?
Biopics?
Would you go to a bio?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she would. No, we went to the wrestler together all those years ago.
Right.
Oh, here, young Paul Leon.
Guys, come on in. No, I think they escaped us. Okay, 30 minutes.
Everyone just had a bump.
Crying about 30 minutes this, 30 minutes that.
Okay.
That's why I'm wearing my my
Lover Boys.
aviator jacket.
Loverboy's jacket is dope. He
That's
looks
pretty
like
awesome.
dude, he looks like he's dipped in chocolate.
And he's got gloves too.
Yeah. He doesn't want to get fingerprints on that gorgeous belt. It is a nice
He's
looking
dressing
belt.
like a star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Using that mid-Atlantic Crockett money wisely.
I assume you meant
Randy
spry
Rose.
there, Moose. He does look spry. He looks svelte. If I'm saying it right, pardon me.
That's all there is to it. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Belt in the mongoose's face. Get the fuck out of the way, Nelson. You're hurting the shot. I like this team, man. They're growing on me.
Dude, bring some midnights for fun, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some really good stuff in WCW.
I swear to God, it's like looking in a mirror,
Ah.
a time traveling mirror.
Rockers are obviously the number one contenders. Are you saying you won't give them a
It's like an
return match?
old timey pilot.
Why should they get a
That
return
jacket.
match?
Like he needs like a full on like cap and goggles
We
with
held
it.
them for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
End of discussion. Merry Christmas.
That is a very, very excessive caller, though.
We're taking a twin prop to the next location, to the next territory. The silver mongoose doesn't tell me what to do.
We got the belt. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the Minneapolis Auditorium, Christmas night, the night we thought we could settle the feud between
Haphazard asking, when did they go to WCW and attack Cornette?
Situation. I have asked Greg Gagne to come out
Like the
here and
fall of '88.
able to.
Oh,
Belt broke.
Yeah.
I want to thank the Money Mark for lending me a sweater. Or the charity guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta love a guy who's like not only showered and gets his wound taken care of, but
Yeah.
puts on a nice sweater and
Calls me sweater. You mentioned Cornette there, Haphazard. I want to give a quick shout out to Noso Podcast Network, who also Kelly appears on there every now and again. But I got to do their Christmas show again as Cornette. That's who I played in their annual Christmas play.
Oh,
So you gotta check
Cool.
that out.
Did you do him as Jimmy Hart like you normally do?
No, I did them more like I've been listening to, because dude, I will put on. I don't listen to his full podcast, but I've for whatever
The YouTube
reason
clips. I
he's
listen
done
to
his,
the YouTube
yeah, the
clips.
YouTube clips are on my
Yeah.
algorithm all the time. So I feel like
Yeah.
I've kind of nailed things down. Like, are your
Hey,
buttons
hold on a second.
broken?
Hold
Do
on
we
a second.
really have to look at your belly button?
Hold on a second. Greg had time to get showered and dressed. Vern is still
Yeah.
raging around like this.
Just so-
Did Vern even get to that state in the ring?
Yes,
No
he
kidding.
did. Yeah,
Okay,
he did
okay,
at the
okay.
very
Wow.
end. His
Yeah,
shirt
so
got
terrible.
Look at this.
ripped open.
Look at this. Look at this.
I'm just so damned horny, Larry.
Look at me. I look like Bruce Banner.
Grrr,
I haven't
grrr.
I haven't been this hard since 1949.
So Travis, I gotta ask you a
Gotten out
question.
of the Navy.
If you did Cornette on a podcast, did you get his laugh down too?
I didn't quite. All the jokes were about cheeseburgers, so it was easy to just go to that routine, right?
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Very clear what's on his mind. I'm going to tell you, how dumb can these two guys be? Did they
Here
really
we go. Hennings now.
they were going to come into
Oh,
Minneapolis,
Larry.
Minnesota here
Wow.
and make
It is
Big fuzzy
hilarious how
Larry.
much they look- dude, in the-
Chris
It is-
Farley is Larry Hennig.
Yeah.
but look at him and Kurt and look at their faces. They're
Mhm.
identical.
Yeah.
It's just that Larry's head is like 12 sizes bigger.
It's the size of 2 bowling balls.
Yeah. We go back to Coach. Like, you remember the intro of Coach where they had that caricature where Coach's head was like this? That's just Larry's head. Yeah.
Yes.
And Kurt, you're casting a shadow on your father. Step back.
I let him wear it right across the head, Gagne.
Boy, the belts look really nice back then, though. They're
Mm.
shiny
Oh,
as
the
fuck.
belt got broken.
Looks like it. Yeah. Pretty boy Larry Hennig. Duke talks about the long Cornette AEW reviews are hard to listen to. Yeah, but that's his bread and butter, man. I think he knows that's where he's getting his Patreon.
That's
is
where
when he
they're getting.
milks
Okay,
that
that's where.
fucking shit.
And that's what. Yeah, that's where they're getting the numbers. And everything. But I have noticed on the YouTubes because people were saying, "Can you do?" People were on YouTube and asking, "Can you do some more historical shit?" They've been dropping a little bit more historical shit and pushing back as far as what they put on YouTube lately, which I appreciate. I listened to them talk about like the 1940s Nick Goulas territory for 45 minutes the other day. I was like, this is what I want to listen to.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
sounds
that's-
interesting.
Yeah.
Look at this cheap shit belt you got, Vern.
At first, I thought it was
After,
good.
Your belt's a piece of shit.
But it did fall apart.
I hit your gangly fucking son with it and it fell apart.
Just like your
Should
territory.
wear that at a
phone.
belt buckle the
like
party had.
Oh no.
The great Indian star Wahoo McDaniel and
The great Indian
The great Indian star.
Yeah.
a little quick joke there. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I use that term extra loosely out there.
Working on it, man.
No, a wrestling hold from a wrist lock to a padlock. But everybody knows that I destroyed and crippled Tommy Rich. He's bye-bye. He's history. He's gone.
His
Oh, yeah,
hair grew
Tom-
back pretty fast.
Yeah.
In like what, 9
Oh,
months?
Fair around here.
Because he was bald, like shaved completely bald.
Dude, everything about that was disappointing because Piper wins. They can't shave his head because they got the clippers, or they got shitty clippers considering what they were going through. And it wasn't Piper. Suddenly I'm like, Brutus fucking Beefcake. What the fuck is he doing here?
Right.
Then you see one clip of a bald Adrian, and then he's out of the territory. Everything, that feud was so hot, and going into Mania 3 and everything about it was great. And it just at the end didn't.
And they sold it like he had his head shaved in the ring, basically. Yeah, it was
Right. The Adonis, before all of that though, we got to in the early Mystery Titan Theater episodes, we got to see a ton of great Adonis.
Oh,
He was
Adonis was
awesome.
one of the best. Him and Murdoch, that team was those
so
matches.
good,
Those matches between the Briscoes and Adonis and Murdoch, that the ones we have, are all fucking outstanding.
Bone is funny. Like somebody should do an exact replica of Paul Heyman now, man. Somebody could easily replicate it. He's got that wrestling fan body.
Oof, we're getting some serious racism now.
Oh boy.
Really?
Every day, Daddy, and Wahoo McDaniel small potatoes, and I ate him and I spit him out like he was nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the ring.
Haphazard saying the new Adrian Adonis book is fantastic. Who's the author?
There's a book? Oh, cool. I didn't know.
All right, so here we go.
Here we
Here's
go. Hey!
Johnny's first contribution of the night.
Hey, the FBI are in Philadelphia.
Did I turn it up?
Yeah, turn this shit up.
And that pizza looks good.
It's okay. Okay, again, Matt, the OG FBI with Tommy Rich and Tracy Smothers in it is my favorite ECW gimmick of all time.
Tracy Smothers.
Hey.
The hands in the Is this post JT Smith as well?
Yeah, this is post JT Smith.
Yeah.
It started with JT Smith and Nunzio here, or Little Guido.
Yeah.
And then it moved on to this incarnation, which is the best incarnation. He's like, Tracy Smothers is from. Like, oh no!
He just can't figure it out.
What are you doing?
Hilarious. Yeah, you don't fuck with the pizza. Like, I get it. Hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Little Guido is the extreme stud. Little Guido.
Yeah, man.
Was it Tracy Smothers or was it Tommy Rich that would refer to himself as the full-blooded Italian?
Yeah, he is. He's the Godfather. He's the full-blooded Italian.
The Don.
The Italian.
Don, the big Don.
Yeah.
let me put my hand in the deep fryer, please. Let me put my hand in the deep fryer. Don't do it. Don't do it, Tracy.
Can you imagine how appalled the pizza shop owner in Philadelphia was for the $10?
Whoever worked at the Spectrum, yeah. The guy
Oh,
that
you
works
know
in
they
that
loved
section.
it. You know they. Okay, here we go.
$10, probably $0. Knowing Heyman.
Tracy Smothers, seen it all, done it all, been there. Tommy Rich.
What's he up to these days?
Don't know.
Yeah.
Surprised he hasn't turned up in the NWA or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You'd think he would.
Okay.
Here we go. Here's our match.
The Wyclef, your favorite entrance.
Hey.
The,
No, it's not Wyclef. This is an entrance.
all right.
Who was it? It was a one-hit wonder entrance.
Yeah, entrance. I would occasionally play this at the strip club, and some of the girls, even if they didn't like it, they knew if I was in a mood, I wanted to cheer myself up. Someone was going to have to dance to this.
Haphazard saying that Tracy Smothers converted to Islam in the USWA and changed his name to Shaquille Ali.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Oh, here come the gangsters.
Sounds very tasteful.
Oh, no.
RIP
This is the
New Jack.
Gangstanators. So
Right.
Saturn had taken off for WCW, and Mustafa Saeed was gone.
Oof.
So New Jack and Kronos were the Gangstanators. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. This is mainly highlights, clearly.
Yeah. Hardcore TV.
Yeah.
It was still fun.
Yeah.
Oh, here come
really
the Dudley
like-
Boys. Here they are.
right on
My
cue.
this is my favorite
You snapped
iteration
your
of the Dudley
fingers.
Boys right here.
Yeah.
ECW
Yeah.
Dudley Boys.
This is what I want to get into again. I want to see their like them and Joel Gertner.
Yeah, that shit's the best.
Yeah.
Oh, Judge Jeff Jones. Oh no, he's not judge yet. 3D on Kronos.
Yeah, you know, Trav, if there's any era of wrestling that I missed that I'd definitely love to see
Here we
more
go.
of,
One,
it's probably
two,
like
three.
1994.
Your new ECW Tag Team Champions, thanks to the Dudley Boys, are the full-blooded Italians, baby.
It's like
Yeah.
1994 through 1998 ECW.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what Johnny's been trying to inject here in the last few.
It
After the
is a
worldwide.
tap dance around copyright with WWE.
Sure.
And what we can get away with is ECW.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
goes,
were
but-
lucky. Yeah, Big Cat got us that like from his private collection there with the
Yeah.
original music. But that was for the Patreon, so.
Yeah, Big
Look for
Cat's
that.
got quite
Here we
the
go.
collection.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
more blood. We got some blood at the end.
And here we go.
Speaking of blood,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
Sangre
Christmas.
Chicana.
Sangre Chicana versus Heavy Metal. I've never seen this, but it popped up in the DVD-VR forum in the vampire blood match thread,
Okay.
and
it's
I saved it,
a triple mania. It's from a
I
triple
saw-
mania.
and I think it should be a lot of fun.
Two of my favorite wrestlers in AEW had a bloody match tonight as well, and Statlander and Willow Nightingale again. I don't know who they were against, but I saw some of the clips. So it's something in the air tonight, man. And our
Might
own
be.
Matt, I know our own Tara Zepp had a death
She
match.
was in a death match tonight, wasn't she?
Yeah, where
Yeah.
was that?
New Jersey, I
New
believe.
Jersey.
Hey,
yeah,
I'm from
and I
New
heard
Jersey
I
originally.
heard the IW TV thing kind of conked out.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think it was GCW that she was wrestling on.
It
but
wasn't
was-
GCW. No. It
I
was
can't
like,
remember the name of the promotion, but I know.
Yeah.
I mean, like she's been
but
looking
it had a
forward to that for a
following.
long time.
Yeah, I know she really did.
It's not Jersey All Pro. That's done.
No.
That was the East when I was going to indie shows in the early 2000s. Ring of Honor was tops, and Jersey All Pro Wrestling was number 2 in the area, and then CZW was floating around as well.
Let me see if I can find where Tara was tonight. But I know she was super excited to be to be doing a death match. So
Ooh, here we go. I love that Heavy Metal looks like a Heavy Metal thing. And why again, Lucha Max match, no masks.
Why's that guy got a guitar next to them there?
He
That's
just,
hilarious.
it's
Like, ladies and gentlemen, Coco,
it's Jose Feliciano. He loves the matches.
a full-grown Coco.
oh
What
wow!
year is
Apparently,
this?
Mick Foley came out to.
I know.
Yeah.
When the footage came back, Mick Foley was mid promo
Mhm.
at this show. I saw that.
Looks like it was ICW.
ICW. Never heard of it. Oh, this is wild, dude. Already.
Where is this? And what is this? Tell me more about this.
This is
This is my seat. I paid for this seat. I'm
This
not
is-
gonna leave my seat.
This is Sangre Chicana versus Heavy Metal.
You knocked over my Pepsi free. Go get me another Pepsi free.
It's an anything goes brawl around the arena match.
So I don't speak Spanish all that well, but isn't Sangre Chicana like blood woman?
Sangre.
No idea.
Sangre is blood, right?
Sangre, like I think like sangria.
Oh, look at that. Dude, look at that arena. That looks so dope. Is this arena Mexico?
Man, it's pretty wild. Look at
It
this
might
crowd
be
is
arena
nuts
Mexico.
for
That's a
this.
big arena, dude.
Yeah, and it's pretty nuts for this.
And this girl is in her bathing suit.
Yes, yes. We're covered up, and there's one woman in makeup there as well, like for full face. This is wild.
Oof. This rules already.
Yeah,
Yeah, Maggie agrees.
Maggie comes out for the gruesome shit.
According to Google Translate, Sangre Chicana is Chicano blood.
Hmm.
So I got the Sangre part right.
There's a good commentator. I wonder if this guy's any good too, if he just has a good voice like the old guy. Wow.
Wow, look at that.
Already. Ah, is that a fan? It's like Bret Hart. I saved this guy.
Saving this
Crazy.
guy. Yeah.
Crazy. And I bet you he's gonna get pushed off. He's the one who's gonna take the bump, the stunt man. We're trying to figure out, Moose. It's Sangre Chicana versus Heavy Metal. We know it's Sangre Chicana. Blood Woman versus Heavy Metal.
I mean,
But we're trying to figure out. It looks.
Chicano
It's got to be
blood.
90s. It's got to be. Oh gosh, mid 90s.
I think it's late 90s. It's Triple Mania 5.
Wow.
I want to say the first Triple Mania was in
There you are.
90.
We were missing you, Kelly. They were trying to put pieces together here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was getting a beer.
Triple Mania 5 looks like it's 1997. So this was also the same year. This would have also been the same year where WWF was running their whole thing with AAA, right?
Yes.
Because Heavy Metal was in the 97 Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
that's
a very half-assed alliance with them that didn't last too long.
June 15th.
June 15th, 1997.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what Moose says.
Sangre Chicana, I don't know if this was talked about when I was gone getting a beer, but he's in that
Doubtful.
famous match with MASA Uno, right? From 83. The big bloodbath, Johnny.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. I saw that with Will.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
This is awesome already. That's just like there's a very little, not a lot of mat work here tonight, Jess. This guy is just kind of following.
Oh, that's a dude.
He's like a Flavor Flav. Yeah, he's a Flavor Flav slash security.
He's the hype man.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's the hype
lit
man.
Dave
Got
of
it.
AAA.
Got it.
No, he's like,
Oh,
wow. Who's the
Oh,
guy
look at that.
from
Look at
Mighty
that.
Mighty Boss Stones who was just there to dance around and get everybody excited? Holy shit. Yeah, that
holy
is.
shit. Look at that, dude.
That is a good amount of blood.
I love it. I'm a fucking vampire. I love blood shows.
As am I.
I bet you if I check, this is in Schneider's book.
It's right behind me.
Good question. I've never heard of this one before.
Or maybe, hey, I know he's writing a second one. So if there's any. Yeah.
The Sangre Chicana MASA Uno one is definitely in his.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. And I look, you want to fucking
I got it here. What remind me of the date? These are
97.
right? Yeah. Okay.
I love it. I like, okay, you're gonna have a fucking I don't know, falls count anywhere, whatever. Yeah. Fuck the ring. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's the best. That's the cover. That is the cover of a magazine from 1974. That's the best.
No, the only. You guys want to guess what the only match from 97 is? Think about it, you guys. Think about it.
You guys are talking about Way of the Blade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the book that I was thinking
Mania
about.
Oh, well,
13?
Bret Hart.
Mania
97 would probably be Bret Hart, Steve Austin, right?
Correctamundo.
Yeah.
There we go. I knew I was asking the right fellas. That's great.
Now he's busted open.
Another woman painted like Peter Criss in the audience. It's so weird. Like there must be something going on with somebody in the audience. With the
Sangre Chicana looks like current day Peter Criss.
There's I thought I just saw Danny Trejo in the audience.
This rules. By the way, it's 20 minutes of this shit.
Yeah, no, it's
the
fucking
It's all good, it's all
whatever. I
good.
can't look away. This has been the most riveting shit we've seen in years on this show.
It's like
man.
a horror
Look at that.
movie.
Oh, but dude, look at that sweet fanny pack and purple pants and white shirt. with
Dude,
the
I'm
back
just gonna
there.
say,
I want to
better
hang out
just
with
do-
all these guys. Everybody
Yeah.
in the crowd seems like the coolest dudes ever.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it's better 20 minutes of this than that George South match you guys put me through
I
last
will
time.
say, no, those openers, man, were pretty rough with that.
You gotta go through the
Yeah.
crap to get to the gold.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's like
George,
sifting, right?
you know, I saw George South wrestled Action Jackson, who I can only assume
Yes.
is Mike Jackson recently.
Yeah.
The combined age of the at some indie for 20 minutes. I saw the beginning of it. The combined age of those two is ridiculous. It's like they're both
160.
senior citizens.
Mike Jackson's pushing like 70 now, isn't he?
Yeah, George
Yeah.
South is right
And
behind him.
George South is
Yeah,
probably
they gotta
right behind
be
him.
both.
Yeah.
in their 70s. They're.
I'm
very-
sorry, Mike Jackson. Woo.
Well, I
I'm
saw-
still
I-
wrestling.
I saw all I watched was I saw it while I was at work and I was just checking it out on my phone, and I saw the George South promo on the crowd. It was at the Scenic City. I think fucking
Chattanooga.
no,
Tennessee.
was it Chattanooga? Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's Chattanooga. Well, that's the scenic city. That's what Chattanooga's. The
All right. I
scenic
thought
city.
maybe okay. Anyway, fucking
Friend
George
of the
South-
show. Friend of the show. Dan McCabe was just back in Chattanooga.
Nice.
Looks like he had a good time.
George South cuts a promo on the crowd that is better than 75% of the promos in wrestling nowadays. It's fantastic.
So I don't know if you guys saw, but Mike Jackson recently wrestled. I think it was for GCW.
I think
maybe.
you're right.
They
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
wrestled yet, but Mike Jackson wrestled Santana Jackson, who is a Michael Jackson impersonator.
Right.
Works for the Michael Jackson Las Vegas show on Mondays and wrestles on weekends as a Michael Jackson impersonator.
Well,
I
I've seen him
love-
work.
I love absolutely everything about that gimmick.
Sounds great. We got something from Moose
Is he
in the
called
chat.
Santana because of Tito Jackson, Tito Santana?
There you go. It all works out.
Maybe that might be
gotta
it,
be.
yeah.
Kelly, you know what? He does now.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
it was,
Now.
yeah, exactly. If that wasn't it before, it is now.
That was a bit of Charlie Day connecting some thread.
A little bit of this.
Moose, here we go, Moose. I'll see if I can do you justice. I'm sorry, Mike Jackson. Ooh, I just turned heel. Never meant to make you cry when I threw that salt into your eye. There we go.
I love that we haven't even seen a ring.
Yeah,
yet in this-
fantastic.
This is the best.
Fantastic. Yeah. And the fans are so fucking into it, man. And they're
Yeah.
dressed to the fucking nines. I'll say it again.
Well, some
I
are.
want to hang out
Some
with
are.
I want to hang out with everybody in this. No, like everyone's just like seems like a cool person.
Oh yeah, dude. And when they do those long shots away,
Holy
this is a
shit.
huge. This is a huge crowd. There's a ton of people there.
It's
It's a
awesome.
great circular arena. It's got.
It's like a bull.
This wasn't Christmas Day,
ring or
was it?
something.
Yeah, was this Christmas?
Straight from the church. Straight from the Catholic Church. Wonderful.
Oh, there's the ring. Jesus.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. It was awesome. That's total, like on a much smaller scale, like some of the really good brawls that you get from the likes of what's his name, Mil Muertes, in the really good episodes of Lucha Underground.
Oh,
Holy
Jesus.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
There
dude,
we go.
Dude, my dick
He
is
ain't
so-
pretty no more.
I'm so hard right now.
Man, that girl was a knockout.
Mhm.
Yeah, how much Lucha Underground did you get to watch there, Matt?
I'm gonna say between 0 and 0. I don't think I've actually ever
Wow.
watched
Oh my
any Lucha
God.
Underground outside of
That's
clips here and
Wow.
there.
Max and I used to do a podcast on it. Hey, that was
Oh,
our
really?
original. That was like Max really
Yeah.
kind of like recognizing the
the magic of wrestling. Was
I've
part
seen
of,
one episode of it, and that was the one.
it was
I
when you
watched
did with
for
us, yeah,
your
for our
guys' show.
podcast, yeah. And I remember the highlight, your
The
favorite
first
part
couple
of it.
seasons are really.
Oh yeah,
really
first
good.
two seasons. I remember
was my
Kelly.
favorite part the bone snapping sound effect. Because
No,
I
it was
watched
when-
most of the first 2 seasons.
Yeah. No, I remember it was when John Morrison got like some sort of gauntlet or something, and it did like a special effect just on his abs with like the lightning.
Right,
You really
right,
like that?
right.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the behind the scenes stuff that had that kind of look to it, an aesthetic like a kind of gritty Robert Rodriguez kind of vibe, right? Was what really made it stand out. Aside from fucking Ricochet, man, that's where I fell for Prince Puma, and Morrison was
Well,
great.
dude,
in it.
well,
But
okay,
Mel
when that-
Muertes, yeah, Mel
Okay, when
Muertes.
that one, when
Yeah,
that one
Muertes
dude-
was the star of the
Who's the
show,
one-
as far as
and
who's the-
Phoenix and Pentagon, yeah.
Yeah, but who's the one?
they had
dude-
that death match. It was so good.
Right, it was, yeah.
Who was
It's
the one?
in the way
Muertes and
in the way
Phoenix.
of the blade, yeah.
Okay, guys, who was the one guy?
Yeah.
He just showed up in AEW recently, and I saw him on the show we watched, and he kind of had a soldier gimmick, and now he's in AEW. African American guy, Northwest guy,
Is it AR Fox?
AR Fox. Yeah.
Oh,
Didn't he have a match against like the sniper or some shit like that?
Swerve, kill shot. It would have
Kill
Swerve
shot.
Strickland.
Kill shot.
Oh my
that,
god,
that was Swerve. Okay.
yeah, that is a gruesome match, dude. You see a chunk of flesh come off of AR Fox. I've never seen that in a match. It was disgusting. Ah. It's got that. Somebody had that guitar in the crowd. I couldn't tell if it was this guy.
Oh
boy.
The Double J man, and now
Okay,
these guys
it
are
wasn't
gonna
Here's
Jeff
the thing.
Jarrett
This is
yet.
Mexico.
Yeah.
That's a real
This is-
guitar. That's a
Yeah, I
real
was
guitar.
gonna say,
hockey
is this
talk,
gimmick or
man.
not?
That's
We're gonna
right.
find out.
Yeah. I love that they stay on the crowd from those pets. It's fucking awesome. It's wild how all of a sudden it's just like a Saturday Night's main event spot in the middle of the ring after that fucking chaos. Right? From like the 80s. I'm thinking of when they brought Macho up. Oh, who's that? Cameraman.
man.
No,
One
the
of the
manager.
hype guys. One of the hype guys.
Yeah, guys. Okay, that was
That might have been one
that
of the
was-
most awkward sells I've ever seen, though.
It was
Yeah.
definitely the gimmick fucking guitar because
Yeah,
that thing
Yeah.
exploded.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I love that the fact that the ring canvas itself is just hand painted, like you can tell.
Hey, it's Paulie Walnuts.
Yeah.
Holy shit. This the other ref? No. What?
Heel ref. This is the Rudo ref.
Right. Talked about that trope.
Yeah, it's a big trope in Mexico.
Wild.
Was this a hair versus hair match?
I don't know.
I'm hoping so.
God, dude, what a blade job.
Mm-hmm. Then garbage getting thrown at him while he's still trying to. Jesus.
No, they're garbage because Heavy Metal got fucked.
Yeah. Getting pelted with Corona.
Okay. There's Fat Peter Chris right over there. in full
Yeah.
makeup.
There it is. Got Fat Peter Chris. And I got Sangre Chicana waiting there for me. Yes, I do.
I'm getting a different angle here. No, they missed it.
And they really want like this filmmaker or this a lot of these cameramen really want to
this genius.
these
genius?
these auteurs behind the camera.
Cinematographer, really.
Yeah, cinematographer.
These
Director of
modern day Billy Wilders. Yes.
Yeah. No, Laszlo Kovacs or Klaus Kinski. No, like who did Spielberg always use. Damn it. I should know this.
Who's DP?
Yeah. Eddie's the washroom. I feel like this is over. Wait.
Mm.
I think one of the most impressive things about this is, according to Wikipedia, Sangre Chicana was like 46 or 47 years old.
Yeah,
when he
dude, you
wrestled
could
this
tell
match.
he was old, dude.
Yeah.
He was old dude.
You're back.
Yeah, but that match in '83 was Chicana and MNES Uno is an all-time bloodbath classic.
Is this a replay or is this still going on? I have no idea what's happening here.
Oh, maybe. Well, I thought it was best 2 out of 3 falls
Maybe that's it.
because at the beginning they had the Spanish for first fall. I forget what it is,
Right now he's talking.
but maybe not. This is why people can't get lucha. It's too confusing.
Dude, and let me tell you, if I could have gotten this, and
Oh yeah, I'd have been watching
on
it
my
all the
cable,
time.
I wouldn't have given a shit. I'd be like, this is fucking great. I don't know what's going on, but I love
Yeah,
it.
well, you know that they hate each other. That's all you need to know.
Right, yeah. I do often realize that I just never really looked at what was on the Spanish channel to see what was on often.
Yeah, it may have been. I know it played in, of course, California and probably a lot of the border states.
There would, but in recent years, when we had cable or satellite, one of the promotions was on one of them, and I would watch it occasionally. But at the time, I think it may have been a dry spell because what I was watching was not good.
Yeah, we had one multicultural channel here in
Yeah.
Vancouver, and we had none of this. It was like Korean soap operas and Bollywood.
Well, yeah, no, we didn't have Spanish language
Mhm.
channels, or still don't, I guess, or maybe
Yeah.
we do. I don't know.
Oh, I guess this is the logo over here in the left-hand corner. There's Rey Mysterio.
See, it must have been like a bull
There's Ray.
fighting ring, but Ray wasn't there. He was in WCW.
Cartoon Ray
Sure.
was not
I
there.
don't think he could go back, but maybe he could. I don't know.
Hey!
See, I was gonna ask Travis, are we getting some Christmas creature or Santa Claus or anything like that for this
Yeah.
episode? This
Here we
makes
go.
me happy to see that we're getting some of that.
Oh, we're getting the old Santa gimmick, and this time it's in Memphis in the days when Lance Russell wasn't there. And here's the Christmas
Man.
creature.
Yes,
This is embarrassing.
during
This is an embarrassing
Lance's
costume.
sojourn to WCW.
I just took a little time out to come to USWA. I wish everybody a very
I see my first gift of the evening has arrived.
First gift.
The first gift of the Magi.
Travis, I was just saying to these guys, I was kind of hoping in my heart of hearts that we were going to get some Christmas creature or Santa Claus or something like that.
Yeah.
And this makes me happy.
Yeah,
Makes me
so,
happy to see that
I
we're
have
getting
no
this.
idea what this is. You guys are gonna have to tell me.
Okay, this is Memphis. This is Memphis without Lance Russell. So this is not great Memphis. And there's a young Glenn Jacobs, the smartest
Mhm.
guy in the locker room, is dressed up like a giant Christmas tree in the
Oh,
ring.
that's who it is.
Yep.
We got things in the ring. We're going to take care of business today.
And that's Ronnie Pete Gossett, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, I believe you're right. Yeah.
Be out here, fat man.
Yeah, I have no idea what we're getting here. I do promise you guys. I have right after this. I have a Christmas gift just for Johnny and Kelly.
Oh, nice. I believe the other announcer who's like, oh, Ronnie Pete Gossett is beating up Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. I still love the one of my last favorite great Santa
Oh,
Claus
is that Lawler?
storyline. No, my last favorite Santa Claus storyline was when Alberto Del Rio ran over Santa with his
Ran
car.
over Mick Foley. It was Mick Foley
Yeah.
dressed as Santa Claus. But he was a baby face at the time, and he comes out going, "I didn't see you. I'm sorry." That was the bit. But he was a
Yeah.
baby face at the time. It was
And they were all like praying for Santa all episode long.
yeah, it was so
Really?
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so
That
funny.
sounds bad.
It was terrible.
But it was like because it was a Christmas episode. Like
is that
everybody was
Brian
kind of
Christopher?
half-assing
That
it.
is. Yes, it is.
That's Brian Christopher.
You can't mistake him. It's that laugh.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
It was ridiculous, is what it was.
Brian Christopher, who by the way, you know, let's put it this way. Jerry Lawler was completely right to sue the police who arrested him when he took his own life in that jail cell.
Really?
Yes, he was. He got fucked in the end by the pigs. Let me just put it that way.
So that finally
That's
did come
key.
out. Then
If you look at the evidence, it's pretty sketchy about.
I'd like to defer to our counsel here at Mystery Titans.
yeah, we
Theater.
need.
He's not
Sean's-
here right now. I know. That's why we need to get Sean on emergency Zoom. Then we just call him.
Our
Look at
counsel.
this shit. Look at this.
Man, that looks expensive, that outfit.
Jerry Lawler probably put it together.
Stole it from
What's
orphans.
with the eagle in the background?
Real piece of work, let me tell you.
Man, look at that Christmas creature. He gets the 1, 2, 3. He just picked Trey Keller up by his throat and slammed him down.
It's gotta be Kane.
He took care of Trey Keller. And got
I just think this isn't the least embarrassing thing this man has ever done.
Right.
And I'm talking about post wrestling.
Yeah, since he's been in office. Hey,
yeah.
He comes in all decked out in red, white, and green with the tinsel
wrapped around his crotch area.
Call him the Christmas creature.
It's over the top.
Boy, oh boy.
He may be
So cool.
dressed,
Man, I'm gonna find me a
Christmas colors, but he
Christmas
certainly
creature
not have the
t-shirt.
Christmas spirit. Yeah.
You know, you can get there's gonna be a Christmas creature fucking doll that you can get somewhere online. Corey Macklin over here is like, can you fucking believe this shit, Dave? I can't,
sorry.
Corey. I cannot. I'm leaving.
How
kinda
often did he
surprised.
wrestle? Like 2 weeks around Christmas, and then he was gone. Or was this in the summer? It's that out of date and bad.
Yeah, that's why he's a heel. No one likes the Christmas creature.
Right. He doesn't like, yeah. If you're wrestling as the Christmas creature in July, you got to be.
It's your penance. It's like that lowest performing member on the roster has to be the Christmas creature.
I mean,
at
wouldn't
the
you
end of the
be?
year.
Wouldn't you want to cheer the Christmas creature if he had him wrestling in December?
Yeah,
Shame.
I think.
Shame on the Christmas creature.
Barry Lawler's war against Christmas in 1989.
It's also war against collars.
in the WWE.
Or against logos. That logo on his shirt right there
King,
looks like it was made.
You know,
Look at
you know,
that,
King. Not really a king, but you know what I mean. He's a bit of a king.
that shirt looks like it should be on someone who he would be in trouble for dating. Look at that thing.
And that's the same belt that Hennig had. That's the
Wow.
Can you believe this, Dave? I got this belt from Kurt Hennig. Next thing I know, the front of it fell off.
So all I'm gonna say about
say,
the
really nice
logo
belt.
on Jerry Lawler's shirt there is as an autograph guy, that's actually his signature. He signs it with every single
okay.
letter, that much detail.
Right.
But yes, I mean it's I don't know what's up with the collar on that
man.
shirt either.
I had a Fort Zanny tattoo. Here we go.
Yay!
Here's my Christmas.
Oh, boy.
Here's my Christmas
go.
present.
Oh, here we go.
We got unpredictable
Wow.
Johnny Rodz and
Johnny
Jose
Rodz.
Estrada versus Rick Martel and Tony Garea.
I've got a tear in my have
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
MSG.
Yeah, from MSG. I knew it, you guys.
Nice.
I thought there's a possibility you
I
may
don't
have
know.
seen
We,
this match.
I don't know if
I
I've seen
have
this.
not. I tell you what,
Not sure.
I've perused the amazing Johnny Rodz page
Yeah.
on YouTube, and
Yeah.
I saw this listed,
Yeah.
but at its length, I didn't pick it the one time. Fantastic.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It truly is.
God bless us, everyone.
Dude, when I was a
And
little kid,
Tiny Tim, who did not die.
I'll
Rizzo
tell you
the
what,
Rat.
Yeah,
The
when I
best line read of all time.
when I was a little kid and I was, you're deluged with the various versions of A Christmas Carol. In the 1970s, I'm like, I got Mr. Magoo, I got Albert Finney over here, I got it's and I loved it. I loved everything about it. You know who I never gave? You know who I never gave a fuck about? Tiny Tim. Didn't give a fuck. Didn't give a fuck. Didn't care. I didn't give a fuck about Tiny Tim. I wanted to fucking.
You gotta read that.
I was in.
They didn't do Dickens.
I was into Scrooge's Redemption. I didn't care about that crippled motherfucker.
But it's a key part of it, man. That's his twist.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
I know.
You're
just being the Grinch.
Are you okay?
Are you? Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, I don't think we saw this on Titans, Johnny.
No, we didn't.
I think we saw matches from
tux.
this show, but not this one.
We got to find Elliot a brown tux. I've got we're trying to find Elliot Tyler's. I'm talking to him, getting our measurements. We got to keep an eye out for a good that kind of tux.
So is this Jose Estrada, the dad of Jose Estrada from Los Boricuas?
I don't know.
I imagine it's not the same Jose Estrada that wrestled in Los Boricuas.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I mean, this is
later he would be in the Conquistadors tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So the Conquistadors, in case you guys care, I don't know if you guys do. The Conquistadors were literally the first wrestling match I ever watched as a kid.
Of course I do.
Love it.
I don't remember who they wrestled. I just remember I turned on the TV and there were these two guys.
That's the first two things you see.
Costumes.
Two living Oscar statues wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
First thing you saw. And you went,
that was
hooray for Hollywood.
I owe the Conquistadors.
Jose Luis Rivera.
Yeah. I owe the Conquistadors the last 35 years and thousands of hours worth of my life.
Rodz barely to dry his head. Nice takedown.
These guys, Rodz and Estrada, were actually a pretty great tag team.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we only have their USA footage because their most famous matches happen in Puerto Rico as the Los Medicos.
Oh.
Under masks.
The blue and red underoos will take you out.
I kind of wonder, Travis, if our good friend to your show, Scott Henson, might be sitting on some of that Puerto Rican footage as well. The amount of wrestling that guy has is just,
All right. We'll have to ask next time we see him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of Puerto Rico on YouTube, but not of the Medicos. I could never find.
One of my favorite ridiculous gimmicks in pro wrestling history, and it's in Puerto Rico, Los Medicos. It was in the southern states here. The medics or the interns, was the whole. Okay, here's the gimmick. Got it. These guys are going to school to be doctors.
Mm-hmm.
But they're earning a living wrestling. That's why they got to wear the masks. Yeah. That's why they're the medics or the intern. Like, that's the silliest fucking thing I've ever fucking heard. But I do kind of love it because they all wear all white. It has to be all white.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a big gimmick in the South in the 60s and 70s. But why were they heels? I mean, why are doctors heels? That's
a modern day in the South, like anti-vax.
Exactly. That's why. That's why.
That's predicting the future for modern day trope.
Yeah.
Even back then, I guess.
Hilarious.
We don't trust your science and your medicine.
Your book learning bullshit.
I did my own research.
That was first uttered in 1961.
Look at him wear
in
masks.
A promo.
In
a promo by Dutch Mantel.
You can tell they love Biden. Look at the masks that they're still wearing. They wear those masks while they're driving.
I will not comply.
Around and legally now in the ring, Jose Estrada.
Oh boy, did I run
Jose.
into two fucking pieces of work when I was back home visiting my folks in Jersey. Oof.
Tri-State Rodeo will be shown in its entirety immediately following tonight's.
Because
wrestling.
the rodeo people are tuning. Where the fuck's the rodeo?
Hey,
More
look, this
important,
is
I
like
wanna
the
see-
more
19...
important than wrestling.
I
It's
want
like
to
the
see
19
a steers. I came here to see a steers neck snap.
This is the
has got no-
1981 answer to the Westminster Dog Show.
Yes, exactly.
So
totally.
what channel was this
I
on
think
where there was
this
the
would have been-
rodeo?
The MS wouldn't be the MSG network.
What rodeo was being held in?
I
New
came
I
here
don't know.
for Heidi.
You tell me. Is
I'm
it
looking for
tri-states,
Heidi. When are you
New
showing
York,
Heidi?
New Jersey, and
It was
Connecticut?
the Brooklyn Rodeo. No one talks about it. No one talks
Jersey.
about
Well, you
it.
say Jersey's mostly farm, so it's probably in Jersey. somewhere.
Jersey Rodeo.
Rodeo.
The Brooklyn
The Brooklyn
Rodeo.
Hey, you know what? That one
It's a
counts.
That's the
flat
title.
bush
Yeah, we've
area
all
of
said it.
Brooklyn.
We've all said it aloud. You got it, Johnny. It's in the spirit of the season.
I'm just saying, dude, we've got a few contenders so far
Yeah,
because leather lemon party match is right up there.
Who's the ref? Usher Stroud, did he say?
No,
Wow.
Dick
That's
Kroll.
Dick Kroll.
That's Dick Kroll. Wow.
Long time.
Yeah, Dick
MSG
Kroll. Okay, Dick Kroll was such a great referee for being taller than almost all the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Because normally that's a problem. Dick Kroll carried himself to, even though he was, because look at him, look at his body type. He's tall. He's definitely, he's not an athlete. Yeah, while Dick Worley is walking around wearing his bell-bottom fucking referee pants, acting like a douchebag, Dick Kroll is out here doing the Lord's work.
Yes. Yeah, I'm definitely Team Kroll over.
Yeah, me
Worley
too.
When it comes to the dicks.
Love the base of those.
Hey, the battle of the
foot stomps.
WWF dicks.
Listen to the bass in those foot stomps back then.
Yep.
Even in this old footage.
Well, the
we had
ring
we
was
had the
so-
best microphones on the
Yeah,
place.
it was heavily mic'd ring in MSG.
Yeah.
You wanted to reach everyone.
It's part of the charm of the old MSG shows.
Yeah.
The noisiest ring in wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's just how it seems,
Mm-hmm.
especially more so in the 70s. When Vince would, when he was on commentary in the 70s, he would have like these long periods where he wouldn't say anything during a match.
Right.
Yeah.
And
All
it'd
you
just
would
be like,
hear
bang,
is like
flam, boom. Yeah.
He's just
Hilarious.
sitting there taking notes about everything he's going to change.
I don't know. Meltzer says it was because he just wasn't very good at that point, and just
He was
Oh,
just
that's-
drawing
okay,
drawing
sure.
pictures of different leaves. He was going to stuff inside his cousin.
Exactly.
know.
He's
But-
doing doodles of leaves all over the show.
That's what
notes.
someone's gonna discover eventually. Just gonna be these pages and pages of just different types of leaves. It's like the end of Seven when they
Yeah.
find all those books.
or the end of Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Crushed leaves.
Yeah.
Or the beginning of Citizen Kane.
I'll always go back to that. That's
No,
my
okay.
favorite thing of that Behind the Bastards. That's the biggest reveal that came
Oh,
out.
dude,
Oh,
I
no,
knew
that
about-
was from the Playboy.
I know
Yeah,
it
I
was,
knew-
but
knew
like I
about
don't feel
that
like we
years ago. I
talked
knew
about it.
that years ago,
I feel like it got pushed. Well, it got pushed into my limelight.
and now it'll never go away.
So fucked up, man.
Right and missed by a mile, and Tony Garea right on the mark.
So Tony Garea is Matt Johnny's first favorite wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was
Awesome.
when I was a kid, like a young kid, wrestling was I was into cartoons, Saturday
Mhm.
morning cartoons. I was just all about cartoons. Wrestling was on like in the evening, and if I had the TV and I flip around every now and then, I go, oh, there's nothing else in this on, you know,
Mhm.
and wrestling seems like I kind of liked it. And Tony Garea caught my attention. I like Tony Garea because he looked tough and he had great hair and a
Okay.
cool
He had
and
tattoos.
and a cool
Yeah.
sailor tattoo. Nobody else he had a cool sailor tattoo.
Mhm. I was about to ask you what caught your attention about Tony Garea, but that makes sense.
Great
it-
hair. You
yeah.
didn't even mention
Hair
his hair.
first.
He did. He mentioned the hair.
Okay, good.
He said he was
The ones that grabbed my attention were him, Albano, and the Samoans. Of all the ones that grabbed my attention that I liked as a kid, Albano and the Samoans, which is like the craziest characters, and Tony Garea
Yeah,
for some fucking
Tony
reason.
Garea.
And then when I got back in, kind of got back into
I
it,
was selling
he was
that
a
shot.
jobber on Saturday
a
mornings, and I was like,
graduate
why is Tony
shot
Garea
there.
a winner?
Yeah. Like,
Mike
what
Nichols.
just happened to him?
Hilarious. And now we've learned that he's still a realtor. He's still doing realty
I'm a
in
goddamn
New Zealand.
millionaire,
In New
mate.
Zealand?
Blue
Yeah.
and red realty.
Blue and Red Realty, doing quite
I'll
well.
be your tag team partner.
Taking
you into a new
advantage of the housing
bungalow.
shortage and jacked up real estate in New Zealand too.
I'm
The
rolling
big
in it,
shut.
mate.
The big shut, they call it.
I'm part of the problem.
Yeah. And
look,
reaping the
it's-
benefits.
I mean, life just comes
He's
around
gone
full
full heel.
circle, right?
And
Tony
I've still
Garea's
got
a
this head of
realtor.
hair.
Ric Flair's a realtor now too. So
Is
Ric
he? Oh
Flair
my
is a
God.
realtor now.
Ric Flair's
I
a
don't know if
realtor.
he's so. Look,
I
I don't
don't-
know
yeah,
if he's a
was he on
realtor,
those
but he's
wings?
definitely a real estate investor of some sort. So
Oh my God.
this might have been
Imagine
the
getting
very-
to your
no.
imagine
He's
getting to your open house and he's just sitting at the island in the kitchen and like drinking
helicopter
stuff ice.
dick. Just
Spraying-
helicoptering his
spraying
dick.
some arrogance everywhere, making your house smell
Like
nice.
Flair's a realtor when he's got like 3 mortgages on his house and he's got
No, Flair is
5 alimonies to pay for.
Flair
I
is
don't-
related. Flair is related by marriage to a mortgage guy. I don't know if he's running wings right now. And woo energy drink. It's why one of the reasons every time I try to tune into AEW recently, I have to turn it off because when they cut to the stage, up on the screens is the logo for Woo Energy Drinks. It's a cartoon, is grotesque cartoon of Ric Flair going woo. I'm like, fuck you. I gotta turn it off.
Apparently, business wise, they're running a Slim Jim deal with Ric Flair where Woo Energy is actually paying his AEW salary.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, I heard that. Tony's not paying for anything.
Tri-State.
Yeah.
The Tri-State Rodeo. I did not know we had a rodeo.
And it was
insane to
televised
me.
too.
That's insane to me.
Wow. It's a fun
It's-
match.
no, wait,
There's
the
that.
tri-
that
the Tri-State
fuck,
is
House
New
of Fire.
Jersey.
The Rick Mel House.
Yeah,
Rick
yeah.
Martel House of Fire is as good
He's
as
the
it
best.
It's top 5 all time.
Yeah. Oh, no, abdominal
So
stretch.
smooth.
Every
I mark out for
great
abdominal
abdominal
stretches.
stretch.
Dude, if you if any listening wrestlers in the Vancouver area want to
Oh,
mark
that was sweet.
wild,
That's
that's
it.
awesome.
There you go.
Oh,
An abdominal stretch will do it.
wow.
But you have to hook it right, or else
Yeah,
I'll yell
yeah.
at you.
Oh, I will be so upset.
I
You'll
will
hear
yell-
me
I
above
don't
the
care.
boombox.
I don't care if you are barefoot and I see all your little pitties. If you don't, hook the ankle,
Gosh, that's a great looking chocolate tux on Fink.
Nice pick, Trav. That was a sweet little match.
Yeah, yeah.
that was great, dude. That unpredictable.
Yeah, we even got the opening. Yeah, we
It's-
got the.
Dude,
So,
it is full of gems.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a match against Backlund. I haven't watched
Yeah,
yet.
shout out
Yeah,
to that guy.
that
Shout
should
out
be
to
a
that
good
guy.
one.
Yeah.
There's one as he's at
there's
Java
his,
Rook in Los Angeles.
Johnny Rodz. It's the Johnny Rodz is the name of the website. Oh wow, we're gonna get the end credits
John
here.
L.
That's great.
There's horror.
'Cause this
Yeah,
isn't
this
good.
was the
Normally
final
this would be
match
the
of
end.
the show.
Herb
The main
Kaplan,
event, clearly. As awesome.
Oh, Schweer. Fuck Schweer.
Leon
We do
Schmidt.
have a little bit left after this because, yeah, as you guys know, as you had heard earlier, I am a little further in the hole, as Matt mentioned. We're going to learn a recent recap before we say goodbye tonight.
Howard Hughes?
was gonna say John Hughes. This is his era, right? The Brat Pack. Back at the USA Network all these years later.
And
Is that
also
is that
the
where?
USA Network.
Yeah, is that where SmackDown's gonna end up again? I'm hearing.
SmackDown is going to USA and Raw is going to
Yeah,
apparently
SmackDown. That's a done deal.
That's a done
Raw
deal.
is still up in the
Raw,
air.
Raw apparently is going to knock AEW off of WDB.
That would be kind of funny if that happened.
Off
USA
Okay, so this
night.
was on USA.
24 hours starting October
Fills
1st.
your night. More sports.
Hey, there's like a
Hey,
shout out. Yeah, let's like
I'm
yeah,
getting that
legit.
shirt. I'm getting
For
that
real,
shirt.
man. Look at our guy, Johnny
Yeah,
Rodz.
Johnny
Shout out
Rodz.
to the great
Rodz.
Johnny
Still
Rodz.
living.
He's unpredictable.
And here
The
we
only
go.
wrestler that follows me on Twitter.
That's right. And here's our the latest recap
Boom.
of the last Boom show.
Royale is in the books. Here's what you may have missed. After being fined by the BC Athletics Commission for striking a wrestler last
Oh,
month,
you planted that sign, right?
I
No
did
one brought
not.
that.
I did
No one
not.
brought
Someone did.
Was that a
Someone
legit
did.
I
sign?
don't believe that.
Someone brought that
I
sign.
began with Jack
Bullshit.
Nick
I took a
Pesky.
picture.
2,500 schmackers. Huh?
Yeah.
But Jackie's
Your piss
genetic
missile right there.
The piss missile.
The
Big
piss
pesky
missile.
guy. Big pesky fans over here.
Kyle Fines arrived
We
next.
love Kyle too. Begrudgingly.
I don't know if I'm allowed to show it. I've actually got Nick Pesky's new shirts 2 feet away from me right now.
Oh.
He'll meet up with me tomorrow. I'm going to deliver them to him.
I do want a pesky shirt, but I can't buy the Canucks.
I did
Anything
talk.
Canucks related. I told.
I did talk to him about getting the first run reprinted in Quebec Nordique's colors and having beer mugs replace the fleur de lis. So stay tuned.
Love it. All
I'm
right.
gonna work on
So
it
is-
tomorrow.
Okay, so is Kyle's character right now officially just manager?
At this
He's a
point.
manager, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, great.
I'm not sure why Taryn added the goth kid sleeves to her
I don't know.
outfit there.
But I think she looked like $1 million
Mhm.
at this show, man. She's a fucking star.
Yeah, 100%.
Death and taxes. Cool.
So what accounting firm does she work for?
I'm not entirely sure, but it's Albertan, so you know it's got to be extra crooked.
So she clearly she works with Mike Rotundo. 'Cause
Yes.
That's what this
That's- oh my god,
was
yeah.
like.
That's gonna be our fly-in. That's gonna blow all our budget up.
Matthews
That
took
would
on
be amazing.
extra pugnacious Maxwell Benson. Benson looked formidable, but
So
Matthews-
Travis, who's doing the voiceovers here? Is this Max?
This is Max,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Okay.
Max.
Yeah, I know it sounds like AI, but that's Max.
He does have a unique voice, that's for sure.
He sounds like what's that movie Congo? Right? You ever see Congo?
Of course.
Okay, what was the name
Michael
of the
Crichton.
what was the name of-
Wait, quickly. I want to
Oh, here we
take
go.
note.
Here we go. Here we go.
I want to make sure that that's known, everybody. My favorite wrestler, trust me.
Mhm.
Next, Big Cat Scott
Friend of the
Hansen
show.
and Ferreira teamed up against
And the
Illich.
hottest talent
Yes.
in the Pacific Northwest,
Hansen and
KC Ferreira,
the tag team experience of Illitribe
is going to train in LA. Did I tell you that, Kelly?
No. that's
NJPW with Rocky Romero.
Mhm.
Oh, that's great, dude. Like I
Yeah.
said, man, that match when I worked that show announcing that match where Nicole, I mean, she carried
Yeah.
him. Second match, she carried him.
Yeah.
But to be carried and look good, it's still up to you too. And I was
Yeah.
like, this kid's got a future.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
definitely like
Yeah.
you can tell over the last year and a bit. You know,
So we
he's
knew.
just-
So we knew he was going to be gone for a few months, right? So this was what we decided.
Take it.
I know I've said this before,
Stupid.
Travis, but the
Stupid.
one thing that I
Stupid.
absolutely love about Brady and the Entourage is
Oh,
I just love
come on.
hearing that Baywatch theme song
I
once a
know.
month. Yeah.
Mhm.
Amazing. Yeah.
I tried to lead a sing along last show, but it didn't quite work out.
Well,
'cause
not
everybody in the
Monsoon.
crowd is as old as me and knows all the words to the Baywatch theme song.
You know, Monsoon, if Ferreira had smarts, he would have accepted that invitation. He's 2 years in, and Brady Malibu is offering him a spot in the Entourage, and he says no. He says no.
Johnny, we need you on the commentary table.
Oh, dude, you know what? How about this? Once in a blue moon, I know the Boom the recap podcast. Send me the footage. I know you do it kayfabe. I can fucking be sober. I could be sober and
You promise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is this show. And
I know. Me too.
and totally be Jesse Ventura. And just
Love it.
You know, the whole just the voice of the heel, but the Ventura way, where you go, the baby faces are amazing athletes, and yeah.
Formed an allegiance. Despite the overwhelming odds,
Nice.
Amira was able to pick up.
Love Amira. Uh-oh. I'm not supposed to touch any wrestlers, you guys.
God.
You're getting physical quite often.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, he's as hard as a rock right there, right? I mean, holy shit. Oh.
Let's see how things play out when we even the odds a little bit, okay?
Save me.
Local Harriet Invitational. It's Team Amira versus Team Hall. I don't care how many people you bring to this match. There's no way in hell that you are bringing me this match. Let's fucking do it.
Oh, I thought.
You can see me in the corner of that shot.
I thought this
Amira
was,
still without any
G-rated.
teammates.
I thought this was G-rated, Travis.
PG-13.
So we
Oh,
didn't
it's a
tell
6 on
Liza.
6,
We're
okay.
allowed one F. Yeah.
Tickets are
Allowed one F.
unfortunately
By who? The Lodge?
cause Wild Eyes to break his
Look at that. Oh, God.
I've been fined again. Another $3,500.
Boom Pro Wrestling is
For being attacked.
Yes, technically I touched another wrestler.
Well, so clearly Max just wants you gone.
This is the BC Athletics Commission.
This is the BC Athletics Commission.
They
Look at
want
that
you
spot.
gone.
This was
Dude,
nuts.
Michael
Oh.
Richard Blaze. This is one of the best matches
Yeah.
we've ever had. Michael Richard Blaze is as great as it gets.
I think the biggest surprise moment for me was MRB coming out and he'd cut his hair.
Yeah, I know.
Stephen Crow wins. But what did the Rhinestone Cowboy lose in exchange? And then, in our main event, Taryn from Accounting versus Evan Rivers for the Vancouver City Championship. An even match until the ring was suddenly overrun with Slam Boys. The
Slam Boys?
That's that Kyle finds hired goons.
Fending off a last push from TFA and delivering the coup de grace. Evan Rivers is your new Vancouver City Champion. What's next for Boom in 2024?
All right.
On
That means we're gonna
January
there. Oh, but hey,
Oh,
this
there
is
we
what
go.
we're really trying to. We're promoting this and Coco Harriet.
Oh, yeah, this is more important than the wrestling. This
no.
I
We
just got
really
my
want to
ticket
move
for that
tickets
today.
Yeah, fantastic. Happy to hear that, Matt.
Yeah.
And we still have tickets available for this too.
I'll be at this too.
We may advance or we may announce some members. We'll announce people competing in the Rumble Pack, among other things at Boomsday tonight. But yeah, that's the end of tonight's show. Thank you, everybody, for
So
joining
it says
us.
absolutely no wrestling allowed, but you're
The
totally
Duke
talking about
agrees.
wrestling.
I agree. The BC Athletic Commission is on the take. We're doing it well, like, dude. That's the only way we can pull it off. All right, yeah, let's get out of here.